Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Take a far-out trip into the twilight zone of late-night radio with Iain Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Unmissable late-night radio with the original king of unconventional conversation.
Make contact with Iain Lee.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
I'm looking forward to Chris Evans tomorrow bigging up Talk Radio. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. I'm Iain Lee. Who are you?
Katherine Boyle.
That's right. And guess what you got for the next 3 hours, the next 5 nights? You got this lousy, lame, half-arsed... Stinking.
No good.
In inverted commas, entertainment. You can give us a call about anything you want. 0344 499 1000. I'm a little bit blue. Just feeling a little bit, just went on a bit of a downer. I had a lovely weekend, my kid's 7th birthday. I'm ashamed to say it was the first of the first children's birthday party I'd organised. I had my wife, ex-wife, get used to saying that, has always organised them. You know, I've kind of I've been there and helped out, but she's always organised them. And it's the first one I organised from scratch. And it was, we had 10 children come, including my kids, and 3 of them died, tragically.
Snakes, you see.
70% survived. That's how I look at it. I'm trying to be optimistic. 70% of them survived and had let's just say a time they will never forget. So I consider that a huge success. The 3 that passed, I wasn't keen on them. They were irritating. We had a lovely time. We went, what the hell is this?
What do you want?
What are you doing, Ash? Why are you wearing a 2 Mics t-shirt?
Do you like it, yeah?
I do, actually, yeah.
It's a bit small for me, isn't it? The XXL.
What are you doing? What have you...
I thought I'd left my bag in, but it's obviously been stolen.
Is it your stash?
Yeah.
Okay. If you could just do your fly up, I don't want to see you willy.
You normally want me like
Normally I want to, but normally not when we're on air.
Oh, there it is, yeah.
So, we had a good weekend. We went to the goat centre. Saw some goats and some ferrets. Kids love the ferrets. A lot of ferrets riding around in hoods. They like sitting in hoods.
They stink though, don't they?
No, these ones don't.
Really?
No, these ones didn't. They were nice. There was a lovely bit where it's 10 kids, right? And they were allowed to go into one of the fields that you're not normally allowed to go in. And the woman said, right, if you just go and sit on the pile of tyres. Why? Just if you go and sit on the pile of tyres. And then she went and she came back and brought out the biggest goat I've ever seen in my life. Goat called Edward. He's like literally about 5.5 foot tall. Massive goat. And all the kids cacked their... Ah! And then, of course, the goat jumped up on where they were sitting because that's what goats do. That was good. And then we had the snake people came and 45 minutes we were hanging out with some snakes. You're not a fan of the snakes?
No, I don't like snakes.
I like snakes. It's very satisfying. I had a 6-footer around my neck.
I had to get across a snake once to get into a news booth to read the news when I worked at Hereward FM. There was a snake
in Zimbabwe.
There was a snake just in Peterborough, and there was a snake just lying across
Zimbabwe.
the middle of the floor, and I had to...
What do you mean? Why?
We had a snake in for some reason. I don't know why.
It would be a feature.
Bring your pets to work day. It was massive, it was like a draft excluder kind of thickness.
Yeah.
And as I straddled it, I did feel rather vulnerable.
There's something very satisfying about having a snake. What was lovely is that all the kids are like screaming and and this lady, the people that did it were great. I should give them a plug at some point, really, even though I pay for it. They were so good. They were so good, and they made the party so special. And she was showing them like lizards and the tortoise, and then some small snakes and some bigger snakes, and then massive snake. And then she said, right, now you're allowed to hold all of the animals. You're allowed to if you come and see me, we'll put them around your neck if you want, and you haven't got to do anything you don't want to do. And all the kids are like, Then after about 5 minutes, they're all just wandering around with snakes around their necks. Just wandering around, going up to each other. Got snakes around their necks. And it was weird, man. I've been to some weird parties in my time, but that was the weirdest. The snake around the neck party. And we had some good food and everyone went. And I went home and had a cry. And I'm allowed to do that. And I went home and I started unpacking because sorry, this is an update on my life. Are you cool with that? You cool with that? You wait. I've decided March 27th I'm going to tell him what happened a year ago, March 27th. I'm going to tell him. But you got to wait until then. You know what happened?
Vaguely aware of it.
You aware of it? I'm going to tell him. I don't care. I don't care. I'll have my money by then. Who cares? You wait for that show, guys. Then I went home and the house, I had to unpack, decorated. I got all these boxes full of books and CDs I got put back out, and I went back and I did it. Found it a little bit overwhelming, and I had a little weep. And I played with the cats, and then I had a little doze on the sofa.
Those cats are getting very increasingly cheeky and bold.
Oh Jesus! They keep tipping the bin over.
It's one of those bins where you have to press the lid, like tap it to get it to flip open. They've worked it out. But then they tip it over sometimes. Then today I noticed that they'd eaten most of my bread, but they'd gone in round the back of the packet instead of in the open bit. It's just mayhem in my house. It's l'anarchie, which is French for the anarchy in my house. So that's that. 0344 499 1000 is the phone number. Let's do some business first. Couple of two live shows you need to know that Katherine and I are doing. One, there's only 30 tickets left. That is, I think it's Sunday, March the 24th in Luton. Yeah.
At the Bear Club.
Now that seems like a long way away, but those tickets go fast.
No, it's about 20 miles from here.
Time-wise, it seems far
that one sells out, and there's only 30 tickets left. And I know Luton, and we're not doing any in London until at least we haven't got any booked in for London. And if we do any in London, it won't be till the summer. It won't be till June or after that if we do it. And it's a lovely little venue, and it's like, Luton is a dump, but this is a really nice venue within that dump. It's beautiful. So there's that. And then we've just booked it today. It's Saturday, April the 6th in Brighton at the Caroline of Brunswick pub. We've been there 3 times before, maybe 4.
Yeah, there's always a good vibe there.
It's a tiny room, man. It holds 60 people. 60 people, and it sells out. And there's always, I would say, I don't want to alienate any other places, but consistently probably the best shows that we do there. And there's other venues where we do really good shows, but probably the best. I don't know why. The vibe is great. We get a nice mix of regulars and new people that come along. Cliff, who runs the venue, he seems to have worked his way into the act. He has a microphone as he's sat by the door and just chips in.
He knows loads of stuff.
It's a really nice place. And as always for these shows, we stick around afterwards. You want pictures, you want all of that. So March the 24th in Luton, 30 tickets left. April the 6th in Brighton. Tickets just went on sale today. There's only 60, so get in there quick if you want to see those dates or any others. We've got 4 tickets left for Weird Science this Saturday. Bros sold out. If you want to see these dates, iainlee.com/event. iainlee.com/event. And also on the website there, you can sign up for the mailing list. I did a mailing list.
Right.
Sorry?
The mailing list. If you come to our gigs, generally, that you get a heads up about things before.
No.
All right.
That's not how it works. You have to sign up to this mailing list. So this guy who's phoned up the show before and who's an idiot, right?
Narrow it down.
I'll tell you his name off air. But so I've sent out the mailing list to 650 people, 634 people that have signed up for it, right? And then I get an email from this guy saying, "But I thought you hated me." I'm thinking, you don't know how mailing lists work. Are you nuts? Yes, he is. Are you
going to take him off the mailing list?
Of course I am. Remember that guy?
Barely. Oh, hey, it's a strong word, isn't it? I don't remember.
I don't really remember it. Anyway, 0344 499 1000 is the phone number. So that's kind of where we are. No Twitter from me. Still off Twitter, which is great. My account has been deleted. It will be reactivated at some point. If these tickets don't sell very well, we'll go on Twitter and we'll sell them through that. Got no shame about that. But man alive, the freedom of not having Twitter. I'm getting stuff done. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm getting all these gigs booked. I've been emailing Belfast. I've been emailing. We're sorting out a date for Manchester, hopefully in May. We're sorting out a date for Glasgow, hopefully in May. I've emailed a festival, thanks to our friend Zena. I've emailed a festival in Dorset and one in
really?
Hull. Yeah. Just saying, any room.
If we go back to Hull, we can go Wings.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the only reason we're going.
We're going to Wings. So we've got all these. So I've been not having Twitter has been amazing. We'll start the show. We're easing into the show because I'm feeling a little bit funny. But not having Twitter has been amazing. I've been productive. And then today I found myself sat at the computer with the cats on my lap, well, Lucky on my lap, and I was just looking at the record label Twitter and then looking at Facebook, and after about 10 minutes I thought, I'm not doing anything. So I got the cat off, I put a record on, the old dance set, did a little bit of step work whilst I was listening to Glenn Campbell and then the Beatles. It was great, I got stuff done. Twitter is, and Facebook, but Twitter more for me, it's just a time waster. Literally, it just sucks time away. I can't be, and therefore you can't be, dear listener, productive whilst you're hitting refresh on social media. There's nothing you can do.
I find it really distracting when I'm, I only really look at Twitter when I'm sort of sitting down and doing quote unquote nothing, but actually I am doing stuff. Like, I've been really enjoying the Jim Carrey series on Sky called Kidding.
Yeah.
But I realise I probably see half of it because half the time I'm looking at my phone. And I've only just started reading properly again because I've become aware of how much time I give to Twitter.
Yes.
And it's not like I'm always writing on it, but I am always reading it and checking it.
Twitter, I think in 50 years' time, 100 years' time, we're going to look back on the Twitter erosion of society. Great things can come from Twitter. I've made a couple of good friends on there. I've made a couple of kind of casual acquaintances, like people like Matt Haig, not a good friend, but he's a casual acquaintance, and he's been on the show. We've had a couple of guests that we've got on the show. But actually, we probably could have got them on the show without Twitter. I don't think it does any good. Very, very little good. I mean, occasionally you'll see, a lot of money raised for a kid with disabilities, for example. You see that. So John Ronson post something on Twitter to help raise some money for someone, and it did. So there's a couple of instances like that. But apart from that, it's just arseholes.
I think if you are aware of how it can run away with you and you stick to some really sort of strict parameters, you can probably get quite a lot out of Twitter. I'm
loving being off it. I'm jonesing like I was when I gave up smoking and when I gave up coke. I'm jonesing for it. It's like, no. And I realised on my phone, there's nothing on there anymore. There's WhatsApp, and I listen to the radio on it, but I have no reason now to pick up my phone and just aimlessly stare at it. There's no reason to do that. I tell you what I did as well. I'm watching TV and watching DVDs, right, and reading a bit more, but watching John from Highbury. Just put the phone down. Just put the phone down. Here's the thing, John, right? You're never going to get on this show. You phone us every single night. You're one of the several people that told me I should kill myself, and all of that stuff. You're never going to get on the show again. Not even for sport. Not even for me to destroy you, pull down your pants and spank your little body. So, John, put the phone down, buddy. You're not coming on. You're not welcome. You're not playing here. But I've been watching DVDs, and I saw a great DVD last night. And it was sent to me by Julia Jones, who's the wife of Nick Jones, this folk singer, NIC Nick Jones, who I'm falling in love with. I'm falling in love with the whole family. It turns out, what an amazing story. So he's this folk singer, proper old, hey, 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 in the sort of 60s and 70s. Then in 1980, released this amazing album called Penguin Eggs, which is just incredible. It's just incredible. And then was about to become a fairly big star, and then had a really horrible car crash, right, and broke every bone in his body. Wow. The guy, I was watching this documentary that his wife sent me, and one of his friends said they found bits of the radio in the boot. That's how impactful it was. And they thought he was going to die, and he was in a coma for ages, and he came out of the coma and he survived. But he's damaged. He's damaged goods, His bones have healed, but he's still got some kind of, I don't quite know what, and I'll ask him, some kind of brain damage where he's there and he can speak, but he's certainly, because where he's broke his arms, he can't play. He's an amazing guitar player. Amazing. And he can do the left hand, but he can't do the right hand as well. And something has kind of happened, so he's lost his timing. He can't quite do the 1, 2, 3, 4. He's not quite got that, and he forgets lyrics. And Julia said, his wife said, when you come and interview him, just to let you know his condition, and the fact he's getting older now. He might fall asleep when you're talking to him, and he will certainly repeat the same stories. That's fine, man. Absolutely, I can dig that. But she sent me this documentary from about 6 years ago, where Nick hadn't played on stage since about 1982, played a folk festival with his son on guitar, and a young woman playing piano whose name escapes me. Oh, God, it's such a good film. There's a couple of bits in it you think, oh, they got these people in just to fill it out. I'm not really interested in them. I want to hear more of the story. But it's such a good film. It's so heartwarming. I was in tears, of course. And it's so heartwarming. And it's a real story of triumph. Anyway, Nick's going to come on the show. I'm going to drive down. They live in Dorset or no further across, I think. Maybe it's Devon. But I'm going to go over. They put me up in their house so that I can to go and interview them. They said, do you want to stay at the house? I said, well, I'll find a B&B. It's like 4.5 hour drive from me. They said, oh, well, honestly, it's no problem. It's our sister, the daughter's got an annex and she's going to be away. You're welcome to stay there. Wicked, all right, fine. Lovely people. And she's kind of sent me a little care package of Nick Jones stuff. And I was watching this documentary. I think it's on YouTube, actually. It's an hour long. It's well worth watching. So I'm interviewing him early February. I'm going to go down there and we'll have him on the show. But then this song came up, right, that he'd written, and he didn't remember a lot of his friends after the car crash, didn't know who they were. And there was one of his friends who was a friend of his at school who stood up for him when he was being bullied, right? Nick Jones stood up for him. And this guy was saying he didn't remember me, but we sat in his garden and he held my hands and he sang this song to me. And then they show a clip of him performing this song at this festival. I was gone. I'm going to play it now. We're late for the ads. I'm going to play it now. It's not a very good recording because I don't think... I've been looking around. I don't think he ever recorded it officially. I've asked his wife if there's a copy of it somewhere, but I don't think he ever recorded it officially. So the only copy I've got is a video that someone took at this festival he played in 2012. Right, and it's a song called "Now." And there's a line in it. What was the line? The now comes between the what was it I sent? We'll have a listen to it. I'm going to play it. It's not great quality audio. His voice is getting on a bit, and because of the car accident, he hasn't got the timbre of voice that he once had, and the timing's a little bit. But this song is incredible. Hang on a minute. I do not want to install updates. Let me find. Right. So this is Nick Jones, and this is called Now. And this is a dodgy bootleg recording, but this is just stunning. Here we go.
Be still somewhere, each moment aware that the now is here, so simple and so clear. The past is gone, the future will come. But the soul shows us how we're here in the now. Be still somewhere, each moment aware that the now is here, so simple and so clear. Time forever forwards, time forever back. We're forever seen in the in-between. Be still somewhere, each moment aware that the now is here, so simple and so clear. Existent and silent, catching each moment. Time is where, when the now is here. Be still somewhere, each moment aware that the now is here, so simple and so clear. The now shines on between come and gone. Eternally the now shall be. Be still somewhere, each moment aware that the now is here, so simple and so clear.
some song. Sam just typed on the screen he downloaded Penguin Eggs at the weekend and loved it. There you go. It's a young man. It's great, isn't it? Not the kind of thing I would have normally listened to, but it's great. And it's... We'll just pause that. It's stunning. The documentary is on YouTube, The Enigma of Nick Jones, NIC. I just think, oh, God, that song, it's about mindfulness. It's about, don't worry about the past, don't worry about the future. Now, savour this, enjoy this moment, because this is all we got. Oh, man alive. I was watching that, after saying goodbye to my boys, and, oh, jeez. Anyway, February, I can't remember exactly when I'm going down. It's February the 4th or the 9th, whatever that weekend is. I'm going to go down and we'll have him on the show. 03, Giselle asked, what is jonesing? I don't know why it's called that, Giselle, but jonesing is when you're hankering.
I looked it up. Isn't it like a district?
Okay. But that's not what it means.
Yeah, but it's like a drug district somewhere. Let me look it up.
Jonesing is when you're like really... jonesing for a fag, when you're desperate for a fag.
Craving.
Yeah, desperate. Hankering.
Hankering, yeah.
That's what I said.
Itching.
Okay. Jonesing. Says it up perfectly. 0344 499 1000. We'll start the show properly in a bit. This is the Late Night Alternative.
Uncut, after-hours conversation for the up-all-night generation.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee.
On Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. So Howard Hughes last night. Great show. Didn't listen to Bob Mills. I was playing a bit of PUBG. Watching Nick
What
Jones
is PUBG? You've mentioned it a lot.
It's a video game.
What kind?
It's a good one.
Fighting?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a battle royale game. It's called Public Underground Battlegrounds. And I'm pretty good at it. But my 9-year-old came round, right? And he's a big Fortnite fan. I said, have a go at this. See what you think. And he's like, yeah, it's okay. Third go, he came second.
Oh.
He came second. The boy's a protege. So...
prodigy?
No, he's a protege. So, the Prodigy's a band, I think you'll find. Very, very shouty punk band. He's a protege. So, playing a bit of PUBG is very good game. I run around in it in my pants. You can strip off your clothes.
Are you a muscle man in it?
I've made myself look like a younger Nicky Knowles. I have, actually.
Really?
Yeah, so I based the
tool
face
belt. Tool belt?
No, I just run around in my pants. You can take all your clothes off.
What for?
It makes me feel so free.
Does it frighten the other people?
No. But playing that last night, really enjoying that. Really, really, really having some great times there. And then went to bed and listened to Howard Hughes. Right. And I don't really remember who the first guest was. I wasn't really paying attention because all I could hear was him saying, and coming up later, we've got what did he call it? A nameologist. I think that's what he called it. Nameology. So what the hell is this? There's a nameologist where they can tell you what kind of person you are from your name. Now, I've heard of this before, right? It's like numerology, where you can break your names down into number and all of. So I'd heard about this, but I'd not seen it in full bullshit mode. And the phone's working. Why are there no phone calls? All we've had is an a-hole phoning us up. No one else. Maybe they're all on protest because of how George was perceived to have been treated the other day. Do call in, guys. 0344 499 1000. Otherwise, it's just a series of personal reminiscences and deliberately mispronounced words. In case you haven't worked the act out. And back into character. So I was listening, right, and people were calling up with their names. And she was going, well, I can tell from this that you're a real go-getter, real with self-doubts, but I was thinking, right, I'm having some of this. So I texted him. I texted in. I texted him, right, hi, Howard, Iain Lee here, and my name used to be Ian Rugvie, right, Rougvie. But then I spelt it phonetically as well, brackets, pronounced Rugve, Rugvie, right, which confused him, I think. So he read it out to her. But also he did the classic error. What do you not do, Katherine Boylski? What do you not do when you've got someone who's trying to prove either their psychic powers?
Right. You don't give them any information.
Thank you very much. Right. So this is... I'll put my headphones off for this. So this was last night. Howard Hughes. It's a great show, by the way. I'm not saying this in any way to mock Howard. Because, you know, Howard kind of lets them get away with murder. He was calling her out a lot in this hour. He's going, well, of course, it's quite vague. And she went, no, it's not very vague at all. I don't know why I'm doing him with an American accent and her with a British one when it's the other way around. Anyway, so I texted in about 11:15 last night, and this is what happened.
We have a broadcaster here who's one of the finest broadcasters of this parish, I have to say. He is a titan of the airwaves, and what he's doing up at this time of night, when he's normally on the air during the week in this time slot, and not doing something better, I have no idea.
Well, because I'm awake at that time of night, Howard. That's how my body clock goes. I'm awake at that time of night! And also, you've told her what I do. You've told her a lot.
Which gives a lot of clues, really, doesn't it?
Gobshite.
Loud, confident.
But his name is Iain Lee, and I've filled in for him a number of times on this radio station and always been grateful for it.
Sounds a little bit too desperate there, and he gets a little bit desperate again at the end. Little bit desperate at the end, Howard. Come on now.
And also grateful for his support. Iain has an unusual last name. So his first name is spelled I-A-I-N.
Listen to who she compares me to in a second because of the I and the A. It's incredible. I texted Kath. You never believe who she's just compared me to.
And his professional name is Lee, but according to this here, it's R-U-G-V-E-E.
No, that's the I said in brackets, pronounced like that. It's not spelt like that, you prune.
Lee.
Okay. So Ian's all family...
Was she eating something then?
Yeah, she was.
She was having a little biscuit. She thought he was going to go on longer. She was having a little biscuit. Listen.
So Ian's all family... Okay. So Ian's all family related. What's really important to him is people and family. And
right. What's really important to him is people and family.
Just people. People and family. No, and then.
Oh, go on.
Ian's all family related. What's really important to him is people and family and people he calls or considers family.
Right.
People and family and people he calls or considers family. So right. People you like.
So important people are important to me.
Yeah.
She's got all of this just from my name. There's more.
Family. So all of his good, bad, and the great, whatever, it all comes from family. And family takes up...
That doesn't mean anything. All of his good, bad, the great, whatever, it comes from family. What does that mean?
Whatever, it all comes from family. And family takes up a lot of his time.
Of course it does. They're my bloody family. They get on my nerves. Take up most of my time.
We all get our lessons in one of three packages. They either come through relationships, through health, or through finances and resources. And Iain chose to do his through relationships, but then he said, I want to major in family relationships.
This woman's literally just saying words, isn't she? Because this isn't even making sense on any level whatsoever. She continues.
So that takes a lot of time. He's got that N at the end of his name, so again, he's really good with memory and really good with details.
He's got that N at the end of his name, so he's really good with, what did she say?
Memory and really good with details. You forgot that bit.
There we go. You know me. I don't know what I did yesterday. I'm terrible with memory and details, but because I got the N at my name.
He's highly independent.
Yes.
He is one that self-sacrifices for the good of the whole.
Here we go.
He has the same combination, the IA, that Princess Diana did. And look at how much Princess Diana did for everybody. And so it's the same thing with Iain. They really self-sacrifice for the good of the whole.
So here's the thing. If you've got an IA in your name, then you self-sacrifice like Princess Diana.
And they have to be close together, because I've got an I and an A.
No, they've got to be next to each other. It's got to be next to each other, like Diana.
So, if your name is Rihanna...
No, it doesn't work.
Yeah, R-H-I-A.
It's not how you spell Rihanna.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. It's R-I-H-A-N-O-F. That's how you spell Rihanna. Jeez, what's wrong with people?
And I actually gave you the wrong spelling, I'm sorry, of his second name. It's Rougvie.
Don't worry, Howard. Apparently, even though it's based on how you spell your name, it's irrelevant.
Vie. And I'm assuming this is him. I don't know if that makes a difference.
No.
Well, I was dropping it into the R and the G, so we're good.
So excellent. All right. Well, Ian, I hope that helped.
Let's get some embarrassing here.
Always grateful for the work. If you want to take some more time off, no pressure though. But if you feel like a holiday's always a good thing. Personally, I don't take any myself, but I always recommend them for other things.
There we go. I mean, that's so weird, isn't it?
The thing is, if you go on holiday, it shows mine. So soz how.
I love how that is not in any way me mocking Howard because his show is great. Sunday nights 10 till 1. Sometimes there's a lot of stuff I believe on there, like the UFO guys. I tend to believe nameology.
Ufology, yes. Nameology, no.
0344 499 1000. Let's go to Jason. Good evening, Jason.
Hello,
Jason.
Hey, are you okay, Iain?
Yes, it is. Is that Jason?
Okay? Yes, it's me.
Can you verify that?
Yeah, Jason. I got my spelling right.
Okay, well done.
That's
okay.
legit.
Well, that's so your name is Jason, like Jason.
The Argonauts.
Jason and the Argonauts. So you like fighting mythical Ray Harryhausen's.
Yeah, I grew up with that actually.
Here's the thing, right? The Ray Harryhausen's. I used to like the Sinbad movies, right? Here's the thing. Even in 1981, his special effects looked crap, didn't they?
Yeah.
Even then, we knew it was rubbish.
Yeah, but you couldn't really do it very easily any other way at that point, could you?
Yeah, but they look rubbish then.
I know, but we weren't used to it.
It's like you watch the first Jurassic Park now; it doesn't look very good. You
can see the scenes.
You can see it, but at the time it looked good. And I remember having a conversation with someone going, "Oh, I wonder if in 20 years' time we'll think the special effects look rubbish." Yeah, we do. But with Ray Harryhausen, they always look rubbish.
Yeah.
No one ever went, "Oh, that is a real giant Cyclops."
That's right.
And do you remember? Isn't there one of the Sinbad
guy?
Isn't there one of the Sinbad movies where Tom Baker is blacked up?
Is it?
I remember that one.
Yeah, Tom Baker's. Google Tom Baker blacked up, Katherine. Let me know what you come up with. In the meantime, let's hear what our good friend Jason has got for us.
Yeah, well, do you know, I've heard a lot on the radio today about this Blue Monday.
Oh yes.
Like the trend, if you like. So I'm not normally one that gets on board with stuff like this. But let me just give you my average day. I got up this morning at 6 o'clock to drive to Glasgow from Manchester. Got stuck in ridiculous traffic and didn't end up leaving Manchester till maybe 8 o'clock. Got to Glasgow. Half of my customers were in Birmingham at the show, so it was a wasted journey. And then just decided to get stuck in 2 traffic jams on the way back, and I'm currently still sat.
No!
The motorway. Yeah.
So you've been out for well over, what, 14, 15 hours?
You wouldn't believe it, honestly. It's like my sat-nav's telling me I'm not getting home until 12:10.
Oh, mate.
But, yeah, you won't believe it.
Hang on a minute. How far? Manchester isn't that far from Glasgow, is it?
Well, it's 4 hours at best. It's 4 hours at the most.
Catherine, 4 hours is nothing. I've driven to Glasgow. I've driven from Glasgow.
And that was long.
Yeah, but it was further than Manchester.
Yes, it is, but it's still far.
I drove you from Glasgow when our flights were cancelled.
Well, yeah. But still,
I got get this, Jason. Right, we're doing a show in Glasgow. Right, flights got cancelled. We found out just after the show. Couldn't get another flight. Couldn't get anything. Right. So I said, right, we'll hire a car. And Kath was like, yeah, sure, fine. And then we got in the hire car, and I said, right, well, should I put your name on it? She went, oh, no, I can't drive. Why not? I've been drinking.
I'd had a couple of glasses of wine.
I had to do all the driving back from Glasgow.
Oh, it's a good excuse.
It's a terrible excuse. Well, I've been injecting heroin. I had not that day. So you're never going to... Go on.
We're stuck in this awful traffic. I mean, I sympathise for everybody because we were stuck in from 4 p.m. At the Cumbria accident because the lorry overturned this afternoon and it basically shut down both sides of the motorway. So we cleared that about maybe 8 o'clock, 8:30. Yeah. So both phones, I've got 2 phones, both of them are dead. Oh. So I've had to jump into the boot to get my charger because I thought I'm not doing without communication. And now I've just got to Blackpool, and hit another one. I've been stood still for 40 minutes. So Blue Monday applies to me, I think.
I don't think you understand what Blue Monday is.
I think he does.
I thought it's something to do with depression or depressive day.
Blue Monday, but it's not about. It's not about the. It's not
don't mess with this lad. He's been in traffic for hours.
I don't want to. I was going to let this slide, but he mentioned it again.
Don't enrage him.
So I'm not going to enrage him. I'm going to make him proper blue. He's talking rubbish.
Don't, because he'll get out of his car. He'll be like falling down.
He's talking. I like Jason. I wish him well.
Just yet.
But this is like James O'Brien going against Nigel Farage. He's wrong, and I've got to fact check him.
No, but seriously, I picked up a tweet from North Manchester, Northwest Police or something, and a lot of people are complaining. I've got to be honest. No, you're right, Ian. You are right. Yeah. There's a lot worse out there. So I did actually reply to that tweet saying. But
it's not.
At least I'm safe.
It's not. No, I've got to do it, Katherine.
Don't do it. Why? He's had a bad day.
I have to do it.
Cut him some slack.
I can't. If anything, I'm going to have to make his day worse because I don't think he knows what Blue Monday means. It doesn't mean what you think it does.
Well, as of this morning, Ian, I thought it was just a song that's now getting on for 30 years old, one from the old Manchester days. But now I've been educated.
No, you haven't been educated yet because you're using it in the wrong context. I'm about to educate you.
I mean, we've had one caller in the last 40 minutes, and now you're going to school him.
I'm listening. Go on, I'm listening. Right. I'm listening. School me.
I'm going to school you, right?
Okay.
It is, right, today, the third Monday in January, is known as Blue Monday, the most depressing day of the year. It was coined by psychologist Dr. Cliff Arnell, who points to factors such as the weather, debt, the time since Christmas, and motivational levels. It's not because you got stuck in traffic going to Glasgow and your customers were in Birmingham. That's just a bad day. That's not a Blue Monday. That's just a bad day.
That is a bad day. But I am going to hashtag that Blue Monday. I'm owning it.
Exactly.
I'm owning Blue Monday today.
Spread it.
I'm going to have to go back on Twitter and report you then, and hopefully get your account locked because you're owning something that you don't understand. It's like owning a cat and thinking it's a dog, giving it pedigree chum.
Gets fed. Who cares?
That is true.
Okay. You say your customers are in Birmingham. What is it you? What's your trade?
Well, I sell lighting. That's what I do. Now, it's funny, actually, because I've got a story behind that as well. On Thursday, when we made the appointment for Monday, today...
Yeah, Blue Monday.
We made the appointment with all our customers for Monday. Everybody agreed. And then when I got there and I'm ringing everybody, I'm saying, where are you? They're like, oh, we're at the show. I'll see you tomorrow. Like... Has everyone missed a day? It's like you told me Monday, and Monday's Monday.
But who are these customers? Like British Home Stores and stuff?
No, yeah, well, kind of. Yeah, a lot of wholesalers, that kind of thing.
They're losers. They're losers. They're trying to get a message to you. You should get a message to them. You should spell the word arseholes out of light bulbs, out of neon, and put it on their stores.
Lovely to chat to you guys, but we're moving again.
Yes, mate! Well, I hope that your Monday, although it's not been great, it's technically not related to Blue Monday in any way whatsoever. But I hope
I think your schooling has actually got the traffic moving.
There you go. You see that I'm a very intelligent, sexy man. Jason,
wow,
nice
where
to
did that
talk to
come
you.
from?
Thank you very much indeed. Now, Paul has texted. Evening, Ian and Kath. Ian, I think I managed to buy you that Austin to Boston film on iTunes a couple of Fridays back. If you check your email, hopefully it's there.
What?
I don't think you did, mate. I'm going to Austin to Boston. I don't think you did, buddy. Nope.
Here's the thing, there's probably an Ian, I'm guessing with only one eye, wondering why he's got this film.
Cyclops! You didn't, Paul, but thanks for spending money. Will, stay there, you're next. Please don't go, because a dearth of callers. 0344 499 1000. This is Talk Radio.
The wild man of late night radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Ian Lee.
On Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Just made the noise. And looked at the what do you call the thing on the wall that does the temperature?
Thermostat.
Yeah, as if to say, this is too bloody cold. But I know he won't do anything about it because he's selfish.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, deal with it. deal with it. This is life. This
I'm
is
dealing with it. I
Blue
didn't
Monday.
ask to give you satisfaction saying
Just
no.
because you've had someone from Manchester on, let's just tone down and let's try and do a normal accent for the show, okay?
Shut up.
I'm bullying. It's bullying. It's bullying in the workplace, guys. That's what happens. Good evening, Will.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Will. You're a crazy guy.
Oh, well,
wild and crazy guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I call you Willie?
No.
No, please don't call
rather
me
you
Willie.
didn't.
Don't call me Willie. It's one thing I don't like is being called Willie.
I've got an IA in my name.
Oh.
Where? Willie? The Will?
It's after that. It's Will's abbreviated for William.
Hey, Will I Am. He's got an INA. Oh, he's got... So Will, short for William. Sorry, I didn't...
No, he hasn't, because Will I Am is Will.I, probably Ignatius, .am.
Okay, I didn't realise. So, well, then you're like Princess Lady Di, then, Will?
I've, in many ways, yes.
Been in any car crashes?
Oh, don't.
No, I'm just wondering. Hey,
when I was a kid, I was in a car crash.
You see, they're fair play to them, and fair play to the TV companies that are trying to milk it. The one of the women that was in the car that was involved in the crash of Prince Philip, because the more I think about the narrative as it was told us early on, it doesn't actually make sense. But I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to get involved in a legal quagmire. But so she's come out and apparently said she's gutted that Prince Philip hasn't apologised to her.
No, because they specifically said that he had contacted them.
No.
And said, yeah.
No.
Well, who said that then? I heard it on the news.
The Queen contacted them. The Queen's aides, which I didn't know. They kept that quiet. I would have thought that would have been a big story. But anyway, the Queen's aides...
So has someone rung them up or not?
The Queen's aides...
Stop it.
Someone very close to the Queen rung them up and said, the Queen would just like to know if you're all right, okay? But they're upset because Prince... and I can tell you're ex-BBC because you haven't fact-checked it, and I had. But they were upset because Prince Philip hadn't phoned them up to say sorry. But here's the thing. William, what is it you never do if you're involved in a car crash?
What do you never do if you're involved in a car crash?
Come on.
What do you never do? Put your seatbelt on.
No, that's what you always do.
That's what you always do quickly before the coppers arrive. No, here's what you never... Kath, what do you never do if you're involved in a car crash? Oh, come on! My dad taught me this.
Hang on. It's there.
Oh. Why is everyone making such loud thinking noises?
Oh, hang on. Oh.
You farting?
Oh, I'm just getting proper frustrated. Sam, do you know what you're supposed to not do?
Sam, do you know what you're supposed to not do?
Oh, apparently not, no.
Oh.
I had a guess and I was wrong.
Right, here's what you're not...
I do actually know.
Well, go on then, say it.
You're not supposed to say it was your fault.
No, incorrect answer. Here's what you're not...
You're supposed to say it was your fault.
No. No. You very, very, very specifically...
You don't threaten the other person.
You don't say sorry.
Yeah, because that's admitting it's your fault.
You're right, but that's different to what you're saying. Is you're saying admit a fault. That means going out and going, oh, that was my fault.
Well,
no.
I mean, it can range from that to, oh, sorry.
No, it's not.
Whoops.
Will, what you don't do in a car crash is say sorry.
Okay, well, I don't drive, so it wouldn't be my fault.
Is this because of the incident as a child?
No, it's lack of what's the word?
Hands.
When you can't concentrate on something. Low attention span. That was it.
By the way, people without hands can drive perfectly well. It's a flippant remark, and I don't want to... Sorry, apologies for anyone who's offended by that. Silly. Low attention... What? So you've got LAS?
No. It's just self-diagnosed. No, I just noticed I've got a short attention span.
That's why he likes this show.
How long? How long?
Can we
is it?
time your attention span?
Shall we try?
Yeah.
All right, then.
Shall I read you something from Chat It's Fate and you tell me when you've stopped listening?
Okay, and we're going to start...
Hang on, let me find it first.
Okay.
Go.
We're timing callers' attention span. This is incredible. This is
now.
No,
He's down!
Oh, I hadn't even picked a page yet.
He had 11 seconds. He didn't even get past Kath's ruminations. Oh, mate. Okay, well, you've done well. No, you're never supposed to say sorry, because if you say that, and then it goes to court, and you're screwed, and you're in big trouble. So never say sorry, Will, ever.
He's lost. He's just not interested.
No, he's not. All right, Will, shall we let you go?
Sorry, yes.
Okay. That was a strange interview. I had to apologise to someone at the week. I got in an argument with someone online on Amazon.
What? So you're not on Twitter anymore? You're trying to wean yourself off Facebook, but now you're finding fault with people on Amazon?
On the customer service.
Oh, blimey. So
I ordered a Carpenter's Greatest Hits for my boy. It arrived damaged, right? I got Amazon to phone me, and they said, chuck it away, we'll send you another, we'll send you a replacement. Gratis, right? This is December the 5th. And then yesterday, I got an email from Amazon saying, you didn't send that CD back. They didn't send the replacement, by the way, because the replacement apparently was damaged. Huh? So I got an email saying, you didn't, please tell you so much to be quiet. I got an email saying, you didn't send the CD back. Oh.
It's not even me.
That is you.
I think it's you.
No, it's not. It's you. You've got your headphones on. You can't hear it. That is you.
It's you.
I swear to God. All right, hang on. Microphones by our stomachs. That one was me, but that wasn't the same as before. That was different.
That had your tone of voice.
I'm on a diet. I'm going to say it. I'm on a diet. I'm saying it. I'm on a diet starting from today, and guess what? I'm hungry. I'm on a diet because I was lying in bed. And I just thought, you fat, horrible lump. Not saying all fat people are horrible lumps. I like big butts. Right? I cannot lie. But I just thought personally, I thought I looked disgusting. Right? Again, not a criticism of larger people, overweight people. I like, anyway, it doesn't matter what I like. But on me, I don't like. Me no likey. So I Googled. I just typed into Google, how do you lose weight? And it took me to the NHS website. It said, you eat less and you do more exercise. So, oh, okay, right. This sounds like a plan. So, for a gentleman, a man, to maintain the weight, you eat 2,500 calories a day. I've been eating that.
2.5?
In a sitting. I've been eating that in half a burger. Or to lose weight, you eat 2,000 calories a day. So today I cycled 6 miles, 3 miles to Rizzy, bought some low-fat, low-calorie... It's kilocalories now.
K-cals,
the K-cals now. It's not calories, it's K-cals. So I bought some low K-cal food, then cycled back through. So I cycled 6 miles, and I'm not really eating very much. And I'm very hungry.
Yeah, and you're hungry.
I'm not hungry. No, I'm not. But I would like to lose some weight. If anyone's got some weight losing to, I was talking about something there, and you've just totally set me off on
talking about.
When we come back, I'm going to see if I can find a cover version. We're going to start the next hour. I don't know if this exists, of My Generation by The Who, but sung in a foreign language, ideally German. Sound good in French, actually, but ideally German. Let's see what we can do. This is the Late Night Alternative on Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee
on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Tous nous foutent la paix.
lowbrow. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. This is weird. Catherine, I need you to do... what time is it?
It's like 5 minutes past 11.
What time does the show start?
10.
Then what the hell are you doing phoning in at this time of night, Alan?
Hi, boss. I'm sorry I'm late.
That's all right. I mean, but...
Where have you been?
We've been waiting. We've done nothing. We just waited for you.
Sorry, so can start now.
Have you got a fancy woman or something? What's going on?
No, I've been reading a very interesting article.
Oh, yeah.
You're an advocate for mental health, aren't you, Ian?
Sorry?
You're an advocate for mental health, aren't you?
I'm a what?
Advocate.
I don't drink anymore, so I don't drink Advocate.
No? You're a spokesman for mental health.
No.
He talks about his mental health.
I talk about me. I talk about me, my body. I talk about my balls.
Oh, God.
I talk about my ball sack. I talk about my dick. I talk about my bum. I talk about my chest. I talk about my psyche. I talk about my emotions. I talk about my hair. I talk about my failures and my successes. I talk about me. I'm a whole package. And if you want in, you're in. And if you want out, well, then don't speak to me. Stay out of my house. That's what I talk about.
I want your opinion on Antler Park getting ADHD.
Oh, you want me peeing on Antler Park Lynn when?
No, I wanted your opinion.
I don't really know what ADHD is.
It's an autism deficiency disorder.
No. I know. Apparently, I know what it is better than you.
Hyperactive disorder.
No, ADHD is attention deficit, isn't it? Attention AD. Let me write this down. ADHD. Attention deficit hyperactive. Don't mind me. I can work.
Hyperactivity.
It's not autistic. He said autistic deference.
It had links to autism.
Holographic display. Could be holographic display. It's attention deficit holographic display, which he can afford. He's a millionaire. I don't know. Well, I don't have an opinion on it. I have no opinion on it.
I thought after what happened in the year he had, it might give some answers to how he's been behaving.
Well, yeah, with I guess a diagnosis of something like that could certainly, explain certain behaviour. I think, crashing a car while pissed. I think, the boozing can answer that, partially answer that behaviour. I don't know. I don't know. I'm glad he's sober. That's great. I'm glad anyone who's struggling with addiction for whatever reason has, there are options out there. I think he'll be an inspiration for other boozers. But I don't know about the ADHD. I've not read the interview that he did with The Sun, because I'm not really that interested. I don't know the guy.
And also, I found a new way to listen.
You should employ it during this phone conversation, Alan.
Sorry.
That's all right. Go on, mate. Come on.
You know the Amazon Fire Stick?
Yes, I do. It's the little stick that you plug into the back of your television.
And if you've got Alexa on the remote,
yes,
you say to Alexa, play talk radio.
And does it play it? Okay. All right, here we go. Alexa, play talk radio. Hey, Google, play talk radio. That's both of them covered now. We've literally doubled our listenership with that trick. Well, that's great, Alan, and maybe one day you'll actually get round to listening to the station.
Well, I'm listening now. In bed.
Oh.
What are you wearing?
I've got my underpants on.
Thanks very much for your call, Alan.
Yeah. At least he's got his underpants on.
03444991000. Here's the thing. Here's where I think we should be able to promote violence against individuals and organisations. So I cycled down 3 miles to Risborough to go to Marks and Spencer's, and they've got a nice little vegan range there. Lovely little vegan range.
My goodness, those 3 elements of your day made you sound like you've come an awful long way.
You sound like a tosser. And I looked on the back, and it said a little microwave symbol. I was like, beautiful. What? Bought one for me. Bought one for you, Boyley.
Yeah, it was delicious.
There we go. Put it in the back of my bag. Cycled all the way back. Got into work, got them out. I said, Boyley, you sit back, relax. You relax. You don't do anything before the show. You chat to Karen, who's playing mind games with us. We turned on a little clip on the computer, so then she turned on some music on her computer.
I think it's probably just a coincidence, but it was loud.
It was nuts. Anyway, so I went and cooked, and I got it, and I read the back and it said, right, microwave for 4 minutes. And I said, well, hang on, what is this? So it was sweet potato curry and rice.
Katsu curry.
Okay. You didn't need to do that. It was undermining.
No, I'm not undermining. No, I'm
you
not.
undermine me a little bit.
What?
You undermine me by... that was undermining.
What?
You undermined me.
What? Did you just say? I what?
You undermined me.
Okay.
It was undermining of you to do that. You should have... I said what it was, and then you had to say a foreign word. It's a Chinese word.
Well, it's just because people are going to want one after this.
You undermined me, and that's fine. You're laughing at the fact because you think you've got one over on me. But I don't like undermimers. Oh, look at Kathy. She's so clever. Oh, she'll go home and tell her husband and the kids, wake her kids up at 2 a.m. Kids, guess what? What, Mummy? We're so tired, please. I undermined Iain again today. Yeah, Mummy. Mummy's great. Mummy's the best. Well, Mummy isn't. Mummy isn't.
I do think I'm the best.
Mummy is an undermiming scumbag. So I read... What was that?
I just mimed something.
Okie dokie. So I looked, I said, what's this say on the back? And it said, rice and sauce microwave, sweet potato put in the oven. What is this? Right, so get this. It's all in one plastic pot, right, with the film that you're supposed to stab on the top. You know you've got to stab the top, right? What happens if you don't stab the top? No one has ever lived to tell the tale.
Explosions.
Yeah. So, you're telling me that some idiot... This is why Marks and Spencer's is going... This is why they've announced another 75 shop closures. This is why the one in Slough is closed, because some idiot has gone, right, we'll make a microwave meal where actually it's all in one container, but you've got to take out some of it and put that in the oven.
Anyway,
outrageous.
We didn't. You just stuck it in the microwave. It was fine.
It was all right.
It was adequate.
It was a nice little bit of sweet potato curry, but it would have been better if they'd have... Yeah? Mm-hmm. Stop it. Stop undermining me. I would like to take the adverts early, please, because I'm furious.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee.
Unfiltered Night Talk with the original king of unconventional conversation on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Oh, also, we'll start the show in a minute. 0344 499 1000. Quiet on the phone tonight, but I'm guessing everyone's in bed early because they want to listen to Chris Evans tomorrow morning. Why the hell not? Good for you. I had lunch with my friend Justin, Justin Dealey, me and Kath used to work with 3 or 4 years ago. 3.5 years ago. And not seen him for a while. It was really nice to see him. We went out, we had cheeky Nando's for lunch. All I had was a bit of chicken. That was it. Just some chicken.
Not a cheeky Nando's, a boring Nando's.
He told me, he said, here's what you got to do, boss. They have a secret barbecue sauce that they don't put on the menu. Do you know about this?
No.
And it's called... someone must know. 034. I am touting for a call, but that's not the reason. 0344 499 1000. It's a secret barbecue sauce that is not on the menu, and you have to go up and ask for it. We've talked about this before. A lot of restaurants and a lot of coffee shops and McDonald's and stuff like that have secret food that is not on the menu.
But why?
I don't know. But there's loads of them do.
Because surely if it's that good, It should be on the menu.
Exactly. But there's this secret barbecue sauce. And I don't know what it was called, but it was very nice.
What? It existed?
Yeah, it was great. It was barbecue sauce. Not too spicy. Lovely thing.
How did you obtain this?
He went and asked them for it. He said, he ordered it. And he said, I want this with this and this. They said, what sauce do you want on it? Do you want it like lemon and chili or lemon and mango or whatever? And he went, I want whatever the secret barbecue sauce is, but I don't know what the word is.
Oh.
Let me text him. He'll probably be asleep now, isn't it? Hang on a minute. How do I... Dealey, what was the secret Nando's barbecue sauce called? There we go. Let's see. So anyway, we're having that. It's lovely. And it was in Aylesbury, and we went to we went to pay our respects to the David Bowie statue that's there. And
because
it is the David Bowie statue is there because he once played a gig in Aylesbury.
Okay.
And it keeps getting vandalised. It's
yeah,
weird.
I know. People were annoyed. They said that the council had spent too much on it and that the money should have gone to the poor. But the thing is, the council hadn't bought it. I think it was crowdfunded.
Fair play, the bloke raised the money himself.
But then the council did have to spend money cleaning it up.
Yeah, it's one of those statues where it don't look anything like the person it's meant to look like.
Oh.
You know, I'm just going to see if... Okay, Dealey, you messaging me? What's going on here? No. So then, anyway, we're chatting in the car park, and we're talking about how different, because he does a show on BBC Three Counties. We're talking about our different shows, and we were reminiscing about some funny stuff that happened when we worked together, talking about the Jimmy Savile brick in the sex shop wall. Remember that?
Yeah.
Do you want to tell that story? Because that was slightly before my time. I caught the tail end of it.
There is a regular caller to Three Counties Radio who is... a
busybody.
Well, you say a busybody.
I say biddy-bozzy.
Biddy-bozzy. But he really... He spends all his time like raising money for like youth centres and, you know, he does a lot.
Oh, he's a good guy.
And he's always trying to get on the radio and sort of promote his work and get other people tied into these various projects. Great. But then one time he rang up and he said he was absolutely furious because a brick that had been put into a building that had been kind of, not blessed, what's the word?
Laid.
No.
Yeah.
Well, Jimmy Savile had been part of this sort of grand opening of this building in Sandy. It was Ken in Sandy. And the building had been turned into a sex shop, and he said it was not befitting.
This was before it came out. Savile had died, but before it came out, just how heinous a nonce he actually was.
And so Ken in Sandy was furious that this brick was now, you know, sitting in a sex shop, essentially, and seeing all kinds of
disrespectful
perwifery going on. I mean...
Actually, it was kind of tame compared to what Savile...
So, yeah, that's what happened. And Ken was absolutely infuriated. And then when all the Savile stuff went out, he had a really hard time coming to terms with it.
He didn't believe it for a long time.
No, because he really held... You know, Jimmy Savile was, to him, what a fundraiser should be, you know. So, that's him. Poor old Ken.
Yeah. So we were talking about stuff like that. And then he told me about something he'd done on his radio show recently that involved the violinist Andre Rieu.
Mm-hmm.
And he said we had Andre on the line, and I was interviewing him, and I said, well, I'll play a little bit of violin myself. And Andre goes, all right, go on, I'd love to hear it. And so
he said it like that, did he?
Yeah. You know, Dealey talk. I'd love to hear it. And I went, all right. But then I had someone in the studio with me who could actually play the violin. Now, as he's telling the story, right, he mimes playing a violin.
Yeah.
Right? International symbol for miming a violin is your arm bent, what's that, 50 degrees, 60 degrees, fingers together, right arm holds the bow, and your right arm, your hand goes in front of your face as you're bowing, right? That's the international... That's the international symbol, right? So Dealey goes... So anyway, so this woman then picked up the violin and she starts violining. Right, and he did it once. He rubbed his wrists together.
Yeah, as if he just put perfume on.
And I thought, he's got an itch. It's like, just talking and he's had an itch, so he's doing that. And so he's talking, and he goes, about 30 seconds later, he goes, do you know what? She was great. She sat there and she's playing the violin. And he does the same mime again. He lifts up both his arms in front, sort of just below to his chin, and rubs his wrist together, like he's got put a bit of perfume on there. And I said, Dealey, mate, sorry, what are you doing? What is that? Is that a thing? You're right. He said, yeah, I'm just miming the violin. I said, no, you're not. And he laughed, and he went, oh, no. And then he did it, but he just did it bigger. Like rubbing forearms.
Up to the elbows.
Right, rubbing forearms. I went... I stood there. I said, by the way, this is a guy who I blew his mind by doing the fly away Peter, fly away Paul trick with a bit of paper on
I'd never seen that before, but I didn't think it was actual magic.
You've not seen that? You've got your fingers and you've got a bit of fag paper on each fingers, and you do fly away Paul and Peter sitting on a wall. Well, two little dicky birds sitting on a wall.
I was going to say, why are you doing the rhyme wrong? How can you do the
Two
rhyme
little
wrong?
dicky birds sitting on a wall. One named Peter, one named Paul. Fly away, Peter, and then you put the finger behind your head, and you bring it back, and the bit of paper's gone, right?
Uh-huh.
Fly away, Paul. You do the same with the other one. Come back, Peter. Then you put your hand behind
Do you know
your
this
head,
one,
and
Sam?
a bit of paper's there. Come back, Paul. And he was like, it was like when you show those videos on YouTube of dogs watching tricks. He's like, what?
If he could have barked, he would.
Oh, and we were just in hysterics. He thought, anyway.
He was looking at the back of your head, so if you stuck the paper on there.
Anyway, so I said, no, that's not how you do the violin. I said, you're supposed to do it under your chin. And he went, oh, yeah. So then he did this mime where it was like he was either stabbing himself in the chest or tossing off an elephant. Or doing a Nazi salute. It looks like I'm doing, actually. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing the Hitler salute. He was doing that. And I said, just it. And I taught him how to do the violin thing, which is why...
How old is he? 30... He must be about 38 now.
He's got to be pushing 40. Which is why, as soon as I left him, I set up a WhatsApp group with me, you, and a few other people we worked with, saying, we should all meet up for lunch. It's only because I want you to see the violin mime. That's all I want you guys to see is the violin mime. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Catherine.
Yeah?
What have you got?
Oh, well, I've got Chatter's Fate.
By the way, if anyone knows the name of the secret sauce they serve in Nandos, then please let us know.
All right, I've got Chatter's Fate, but now you've said secret sauce. Do you want the story about the man with the bad back?
Yeah,
no.
Yes, go on. Yeah, go on.
Okay. A man repeatedly injected himself with his own semen.
Whoa!
During a self-concocted course of alternative therapy to cure his chronic back pain, a report from Irish doctors has revealed. This is in the Independent online. I mean, it's very alternative. The 33-year-old man presented at Adelaide and Meath Hospital, Dublin, after making his back worse.
Hang on a minute. When we know, because you sent me a song by Liz Phair, we know that semen is great for the skin. We know it. If you swallow it, it's nutritious. If you rub it into your face, it's like, I was going to say jealous. It's like gel. That's what I mean. It's great for you. It's great for your skin. It's great for your skin. And you have a great time farming it, harvesting it.
Flipping out, man.
But where do you get the informaziano that injecting it into his spine?
Yeah.
See, his semen?
Yeah. I mean, it's not it's not a logical leap, is it, really?
No, it's not.
The 33-year-old man presented at Adelaide and Meath Hospital, Dublin, after making his back worse, lifting a heavy steel object, and doctors identified an abscess and raised red rash on his arm. Oh, so he wasn't injecting it into his back, even?
Okay. Well, so that certainly makes a bit more sense.
Upon further interrogation of this alternative therapy, he revealed that he'd injected 1 monthly dose of semen for 18 consecutive months using a hypodermic needle, which he'd purchased online. Dr. Lisa Dunn, the report's lead author, wrote...
Hang on a minute. Why is it relevant where he got the needle from?
Just in case. I mean, she's thorough. She's writing in the Irish Medical Journal. She's filling in, she's showing that he's not had any medical intervention. No one's given him syringes so he can farm himself.
Yeah.
The report, titled Seemingly harmless back pain, an unusual presentation of a subcutaneous abscess.
Okay, that's tough words.
Snappy title.
Yeah, I would have read it perfectly.
Don't undermine me. Says the patient was started on an intravenous antibiotic course for an infection as the rash continued to spread down his arm. X-rays revealed a collection...
Hang on. I've got one. Surely they mean triple X-rays.
Nice.
Yeah?
Get in.
I don't like high-fiving you because you've got a bent finger. Makes me nauseous.
X-rays revealed a collection of semen in his forearm muscle, but as his back pain improved during his stay at hospital, doctors said... And this is his problem.
Wow.
He opted to discharge himself. Without having the fluid drained.
He was draining it at home.
After a comprehensive search of the medical literature, Dr. Dunn and colleagues said that this is the first reported human case of semen injection, although there have been cases in rats and rabbits, but they do all sorts to those poor little creatures, don't they?
How does a rat inject itself with semen?
No, not itself, but, like they make them smoke and that, don't they?
You're telling me that there are somewhere in a laboratory, there's a man masturbating a rat and then putting it in a tiny little syringe that he's got online, and then injecting it into the rat's body.
I have no idea.
What the hell crazy world are we living in?
There's more. And again in quotes, search of more eclectic internet sites and forums also found no reports of people attempting the treatment for back pain. And the report says he devised this cure independent of any medical advice.
Okay, well, the guy's breaking boundaries.
Yeah.
He's breaking boundaries. Listen. You know that penicillin was invented by a guy who licked a windowsill?
Is that what happened?
Louis Pasteur, yeah. He invented penicillin. He licked a windowsill that was covered in shit.
Oh, I thought there was a Petri dish involved.
No. What, he just had a Petri dish lying around?
Well, he was a scientist.
Exactly.
Didn't he?
He licked a window.
Oh.
That was covered in faecal matter.
Oh, I've been reading the
wrong...
wrong...
And he got penicillin. That cured him of the clap. It's a true story.
Doctors said...
I learned something on this show.
This
people
case
aren't calling in.
Was a cautionary lesson on the dangers of self-administering injections by a layperson. The case also demonstrates the risks involved with medical experimentation prior to extensive clinical research in the form of phased trials inclusive of safety and efficacy assessments, the authors add.
Efficacy, he was doing poo as well.
Oh, my God.
This is the problem with modern science. This is why we've still got cancer, is because scientists are afraid to take risks these days because of health and safety and political correctness and immigration and all of this. They are not... They are risk averse and will not take risks. And this guy is a pioneer. All right, he got it wrong this time, but supposing he was right. Supposing injecting your semen into your arm could fix your back. Well, where would we be then?
Well, maybe it won't fix his back, but maybe it'll give him superpowers of some kind, like when you get bitten by a magic spider.
Well, technically it's a radioactive spider, but yeah, it could. What are you suggesting?
I don't know. Maybe we'll only find out when his life's in danger.
Well, do you know what? I've often wondered, it's never explained, what is it that Spider-Man's shooting out to make those webs? What is that? What is that? Maybe this guy's onto something.
Well, he gave himself a very nasty infection. What's it called?
But he fixed his back.
No, he didn't fix his back.
You said
his back got better because he stopped doing it while he was in hospital.
Whoa. Did the back get better because he stopped doing it? Or was the accumulation of 18 months of semen injected into his own arm, was that enough to cure him? We just don't know, Katherine. And this is it. We just don't know.
Oh, man.
0344.
Don't try that at home, because I know that some of you in particular, are perverts.
I would actually encourage you to try that at home. And I would be keen to see the results. We know it's cured one man's bad back.
It's not.
Maybe it could cure yours. I'm assuming it has to be your own semen. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number, although why I'm giving out the telephone number when nobody's calling, I have absolutely no idea.
The radio show for people who know the best part of the day is the night.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee.
On Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
Cellulitis, that's what he gave himself.
I'm so excited. I'm going to tell you for why. Because the first pictures of Cher's latest tour have been published. It looks insane. Can you describe what we're seeing here?
Okay.
We're going to see her in October. I'm so excited.
She's wearing a tunic that appears to be made out of, like, leather belts.
Oh, it's like Roman. It's like a Roman tunic.
Yeah, but
sexy.
And a headpiece that's like She-Ra's.
And the hair is like that cartoon with the Scottish princess.
Yes, Brave. But more so.
Yeah, to the power.
Like Brave got married to the Cowardly Lion and had a delightful baby.
She looks incredible.
I mean,
after more than 5 decades in the spotlight, most of us might be tempted to put our feet up, but not Cher. She'll put them up somewhere. Wouldn't like to suggest where. At 72, the American singer, she's a singer, is back on stage and more flamboyant than ever. She wore a massive bright orange curly wig while dressed in a warrior-style outfit and matching headpiece to perform in Estero, Florida, as she began the US leg of her Here We Go Again tour. Oh, I'm so excited.
What song do you think she was singing there?
Other outfits included a sheer bra and silver fringed dress worn with a sleek red wig. For another song, she arrived on stage in a brightly coloured sari and headdress atop a life-size model of an elephant.
Oh.
During Saturday's show, clips from her career were shown, including one of her performing with her former husband, Sonny Bono. Sonny Bono. Please don't, he died in a skiing accident.
I know. Did they skiing?
Yeah.
I thought he had cancer.
No, I thought he... No, I thought Sonny Bono died. I thought he was going down like a black run and he hit a tree.
No.
That's what
Come on, no.
That's how I thought he died. That's not even a joke.
I know it's not. That's crazy. I thought he had cancer. Shall I look it up? Or do you want to carry on thinking that?
Okay. Only tell me if I'm right. Okay. If I'm wrong, I don't want to know, and I would like to carry on thinking that.
Okay. Let's see. Hang on.
Are you not going to tell me then?
You're correct.
Am I?
Yeah.
Oh! Here we go. Go on.
Bono.
I don't know why I'm getting joy out of this. It was horrific.
It's joy at being right, not
Yeah.
at the demise of,
Yeah.
of Sonny Bono, who was a father and husband.
Yeah.
Bono was killed January the 5th, 1998, when he hit a tree while skiing at Heavenly Mountain Resort near South Lake Tahoe, California. After Bono's death, Mary Bono said that Sonny had been addicted to prescription drugs, mainly Vicodin and Valium, and that she believed her husband's drug use caused the accident. However, no drugs or alcohol were found in his body on autopsy. At Mary's request, Cher gave a eulogy at Sonny's funeral. He was buried at Desert Memorial Park in Cathedral City, California. The epitaph on Bono's headstone reads, "And the beat goes on."
I remember the funeral because Cher gave a very moving rendition of "I Don't Got You, Babe."
Oh. Too soon, baby, too soon.
I like that joke. I just made that up on the spot.
I know you did.
I was like the sort of rubbish we'd have done on the 11 o'clock show, but I made that up. Cher, who won a Best Actress Oscar in 1988 for the film Moonstruck, is on her first global tour for 14 years. Her Living Proof farewell tour ran from 2002 to 2005. Current tour began in New Zealand last September. She will appear across the US and Canada until May before heading to Europe this September. Yes, fun! She's performing songs from her 26th studio album, Dancing Queen, a collection of ABBA songs.
Really? Oh, you love ABBA.
She better be... do you know what? I don't care. She can sing whatever she wants to sing. It's going to be awesome. Absolutely awesome. What do you do about this lack of phone calls? This is unusual. This is unprecedented.
I'm worrying that they're not okay.
I'm going to phone up because I think maybe the... Oh, thank you. Thank you, Justin. It's called a peri-tamer.
Wow, that sounds like something you'd buy from Ann Summers.
A peri-tamer is if you want to get the... secret sauce. Go and ask for peri-tamer. It was nice, lovely barbecue sauce. There's got to be something wrong with the phones. Hang on. 0344.
This is going to be embarrassing.
991000 is the phone number because we should be getting loads of calls. We're a good show.
Thank you for calling Talk Radio.
Thank you for calling Talk Radio.
National rate. Your call will be answered shortly. Thank you for holding.
Sarcasm.
There it is.
Is that Ian?
Yeah, is that... yeah, can I speak to Ian, please?
Of course, I'll call you straight back.
Thank you.
No problem.
This is weird. Who did I just speak to? I don't know who I just spoke to. Someone answered the phone. This is very, very peculiar. I just phoned us up, and someone... Hang on, my phone's ringing. What's going on here? Hello?
Hi there, I'll put you through.
Okay. We got a call. We got a call. We've got Ian on the line. Hello, Ian. Hello, Ian. There's no one there.
Oh.
Hello? I'm very confused. I don't know what's going on. Okay. I got cut off. How rude.
There must be something wrong with the phones then.
I've got no idea what's going on. That was very confusing. I don't know who just phoned me up. Anyway, we'll onwards and upwards. Let's go to Stuart. Big Stu. Big Stu's on the line. Good evening, Stuart.
Good evening. Are you all right?
No, it's none of your business. No.
All right. I must have seen a video today of a man with the least amount of self-control I've ever seen in my life.
Well, go on. Well, not the man injecting himself with semen.
No, second to that.
Go on. What are you saying?
The guy going into Travelodge in Liverpool in the JCB.
Now, yes, now I saw that. What? But I didn't know the context. What the hell is that about?
Well, from what I've sort of read and seen on social media and what have you,
yes.
Basically it was owed a few £100.
Yeah.
It was a contractor, and obviously things didn't go his way, and he decided to go through the reception of the Travelodge in a JCB.
And boy, oh boy, he does. It's a small little JCB. He goes up the stairs, and he just smashes through the front of it.
Yeah, and spins it round inside the reception.
Now, it will flipping heck, man. But who owed him the money? It wouldn't be... Well, it certainly wouldn't be the young person who was behind the reception and was probably having a terrifying experience. It's not to make light of what must have been traumatic for them. But what? It wouldn't have been... Was it the company or was it the manager or what?
But again, from what I've seen, it was... believe it or not, they was doing either renovating or they'd built it.
Yeah.
And it was the day of the handover to to Travelodge.
Oh, yeah.
But I think basically they laid the last tile in, and he decided he was taking all the tiles up.
Pay up. This is a simple thing. Someone does a job. Pay up. That's what we want. Yeah. Although I cannot condone violence against a beautiful hotel like that. That would be...
No. And the funny thing that made me laugh is a comment that I seen on Facebook was, because if you haven't seen any of the videos, there's an internal video of a guy filming him as he's causing the destruction.
Oh,
it's also
wow.
filmed from outside as he's going in. But as it comes out, he actually jumps down the steps in the mini digger, and like that, a lot of people commenting on how funny that was, rather than the amount of destruction it's just caused.
Aren't people strange? Listen. I've had two labourers at my house recently. I've had a painter and decorator, and I've had a bloke fitting the boiler. As soon as those bills came in, boom, straight away. You can do it on your phone now. You can pay them on your phone. As soon as those bills came in, I did it straight away. So you got to pay these people. Come on, let's pay some people.
I don't know. I mean, I appreciate it's people's livelihoods and things like that, but to get from basically 0 to 1,000 miles an hour like he did, I just find it unbelievable.
Those diggers go fast. Stuart, listen, thank you very much for that. And this is, normally I would take a break, but this is something I've never had to do before on a radio show. We say thank you to Stuart. We say hello to Stuart. This is nuts. 2 Stuarts in a row. I've never had it. I've never had 2 Stuarts in a row, Stu.
Hello, Ian.
Hello, Stuart. Did you know the other guy?
No, I can't say I did.
Okay, just thought maybe there's a network of Stews. What can I do for you, Stuart?
I'm having a bit of a bad time, truth be told.
Go on, what's happening, brother?
March 2017, my partner had a big toe amputated due to diabetic complications. And she became part of the Gatford Club. And
Gatford Club. That's a horrific club to be a member of.
Yeah. And since then, her health's gone down and down and down.
Oh,
and,
no, mate.
Last Monday, I had to put my hands up and said, I can't do this anymore. You're going to have to go to hospital. So we took her to Bedford last Monday, and her condition just got worse and worse and worse. And then Friday, they took her to the Lister at Stevenage, and she's now in there. Hopefully they're going to try and put her on a kidney dialysis machine, but...
Oh, no. So what, is her kidney packed in because of... Now, this might sound like a dumb question, but is her kidney packed in because of diabetes?
I think it's a bit of everything. She's got water on the lungs, she's had heart trauma.
Jeez.
She's literally swollen up like a beach boy. It's unbelievable.
Like a beach boy? Which one? Brian in the 70s? I'm trying to make light of something that isn't a particularly light subject. I hope,
Yeah.
Oh, mate, I'm really, really sorry. What are the doctors saying? Are they saying we got a good chance of fixing this? Are they saying we don't really know what's going on? What's the deal?
No offence to hospitals, but obviously the wheels of motion turn very slowly.
They do, unfortunately, yeah.
You know, if someone's worse off than Cheryl, then obviously they go ahead of the line. But, you know, they're giving them injections and pills and all sorts of things at the moment. But, you know, it's just a question of waiting to see what they do when they do it. But,
and did you say she's waiting for a kidney transplant?
No, the logical step would be a kidney dialysis, machine. Right. But, you know, it's just going to join a long line of people to get in this. But
did you say her name was Cheryl?
Yes.
Oh, well, Cheryl, I'm sure you're not listening. Hopefully you're asleep. But
she might be listening, actually.
Well, Cheryl, get some sleep. That's part of the problem. You're staying up too late. For goodness sakes. Cheryl, lots of love, and I hope things get sorted. How are you doing, Stuart?
It's not easy coming home to an empty house and empty bed.
It's not, is it? It's horrible.
Luckily, like you, I've got a couple of cats that love me for, you know, they sense something's wrong. The minute I come in the door, they don't leave me alone, and I let them sleep on the bed.
Stuart, this is the thing, right, that people who don't have cats don't get, right?
Yeah.
Velvet, who I've had for coming up to 18 years in March, she knows when I'm feeling lousy. Well, she did when I was young. When she was younger, she would know when I was feeling lousy, and she'd just come and sit with me.
Yeah.
She'd come and sit with me on my bed or on my lap, or just come and sit next to me. She'd come and hang out. They can read that vibe. It's incredible, isn't it?
They can, yeah. It's amazing.
My kittens haven't started sleeping on the bed yet, but I'm really trying to encourage them to. But that's not happening at the moment.
It'll happen.
It'll happen. Well, so you got the cats to keep you company, but you're right. When you live with someone and they ain't there for, you know, it's that thing. It's slightly different, but when you live with someone and they go away for work for like a week, you think, oh, this will be fun. And the first night's fun. You get pizza and you play video games and you watch Bruce Lee films. And then by the second or third night, it's like, this house is empty, man. It's echoey. And so when they're away in hospital for slightly different reasons, it's horrendous. It really is horrendous.
Yeah. Even though I've got a big king-size bed, I'm still on my side hanging off the edge. It's a weird sensation.
Yeah. How long do they reckon she's going to be in hospital? They're not giving you any idea?
I'd imagine this is going to be long-term. This is not an overnight fixture, to be honest. But I bought a ticket to see you in March, so hopefully by March I'll have a smile on my face. And
which one are you coming to see? The Bros show
Luton.
or the Luton show? All right.
Yeah, Luton.
Well,
I'm at Stupid on Twitter. Not that makes.
Oh, it's Stupid. I know exactly who you are. Of course. Oh, mate. Well, I'm sure she. I don't know if she's well enough to come in March. Her name's on the door. I don't know how appropriate that is for me to say that because I don't know. But if she's up and about, bring her, and she's on the door. I mean, that's the least we can do.
Thanks, mate.
Brother, I'm sorry. Just keep an eye on yourself. You know, it can be easy when someone's ill to throw yourself into trying to fix them to the expense of your own health, and that doesn't help anybody, as you know.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
How's your mum, Iain?
She is all right. Do you know what? I've not seen her since Christmas, and I'm trying to think if I can get over there this week. But a little bit of work has come up, so she's all right. She's all right. You know, she doesn't. She gets very forgetful about stuff, and you know. Stuart, I'm sending you both lots of love, brother.
Thanks, mate. Love to Katherine.
Love back at you. I'm so sorry you're going through this.
He wasn't talking to you, Katherine. He asked me to pass the love on to you.
Yeah, but he thought I wasn't here because I was quiet.
Which is unusual. Started an argument now, Stuart. I hope you're happy with yourself. Mate, it's nice to talk to you, brother, and we'll speak soon.
You too, buddy.
Cheers, fella. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Here we go. Everybody's going through... Thank you, Stuart. Everybody's going through stuff.
Well, that's awful.
Everybody's going through stuff, and... All right, we'll take a break. Then we got Hannah and we got Rainbow George. 0344 499 1000. This is Talk Radio.
Late night conversation worth losing sleep over. The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. I'm the greatest boss in the world because I like the studio cold. Keeps me alert. Keeps me active. Makes me funny. Katherine doesn't like the studio cold. My sister, my kind of underling, doesn't like the studio cold. She likes it warm. Well, today is your day, Katherine. I've made the studio warm.
I appreciate that. You're not my boss, but thank you.
But it's okay, and I am. And it's the thing is, I'm now getting lethargic, and I'm getting sleepy out of it. But that is fine. That's what you want.
Good.
That's what you want. You've got it.
Thanks.
Okay.
Not my boss.
Okay. Just say...
Thanks.
Thank you, boss. Okay.
He's not here.
Okay. He's sat...
Not really, my boss.
He's sat here. Let's go to...
Aren't your balls normally held back by your willy?
We'll talk about that after the show, Catherine. Let's go to Hannah.
Evening.
Good evening, Hannah.
How are you?
It's none of your business.
Fair enough.
What you got?
Well, just before Christmas, we had a attempted break-in at our home.
Uh-oh, scumbags, crackheads, losers.
Yeah. And since then, I've been really on edge.
Yeah, you would be, yes. I bet it's terrifying.
At night. Yeah, it happened at night, and we had like a crash in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And it woke up Ray initially, and I heard something, and I just can't sleep really well.
Jesus, I bet that's terrifying, man. Did they get in?
No, they heard Ray shout, and they soon scarpered. But
that's here's the thing. Most burglars are kind of chances. It's not like you see in the Crime Watch reconstructions or the movies where they're there with teams and a plan. They're chances, and they'll break in because they think everyone's asleep or there's no one in. As soon as they realise there's someone awake and in, they're out of there. They're off to see the dealer.
And it's happened a few times because it's a small village, you see, and they've been. We live right underneath an old church as well, and they've been trying to break in there, and it's just been really nerve-wracking.
Yeah, I bet it has. So what you do? How you surviving? How you getting by?
Oh, well, I'll just try and take it as it comes, I guess. But it's just really knocked my nerves a bit and knocked me further down a little bit. But and I just wanted to check in as well and say hello.
Hello.
And to you and Kath.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry that happened. That sounds lousy. I'm lucky enough that it has not happened to me yet in my life. I'm sure it will do at some point. And
hopefully not.
When it does, I have some nunchuckers under the bed, which I'm ready.
When me and my sister were kids, we were at my grandma's house, and they got broken into. They came in.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
We woke up in the morning, went downstairs, and the place was just turned over.
Yeah.
Oh,
terrifying.
It's horrible.
You know, we didn't have to live there, but it was bad enough. You know, and we were little kids. Just the idea. I get it.
Hang in there, Hannah. Hang in there. The same ones won't come back to you. You know, more than likely because they know that you're in there and that you listen. So
I'm going to get a dog, I think.
What? Okay. Or get a tape recording of a dog. They're much easier.
I've got the cats, the two cats.
I hate to break it to you, cats are useless burglar deterrents. Trust me, they ain't got a clue. Hannah, listen, nice to talk to you. Thanks for the call. I hope you settle down at some point. Let's go to George. Good evening, George.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I thought you had a dearth of callers. We suddenly got
we had a flurry of callers. George, if you email me your address, I will say I found your cassettes yesterday.
Oh, wonderful!
They were exactly where I thought they were. Went almost straight to them, and I will get them in the post to you later in the week.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I'm a nice guy.
I don't know about that, but it's one of those tapes was.
I'm a nice guy.
You are a nice guy.
Huh?
Okay.
You sound unsure. I just wonder why you were unsure about my niceness.
No, well, you haven't been that nice to me recently, but anyway.
You were really rude to my best friend the other day.
She provoked me.
No, she didn't. You've kind of had a very steady underlying rudeness to my best friend for a while, and then you kind of just pounced the other day.
No,
she didn't provoke you. I was listening.
Yeah, listen back.
No, I don't. I never listen back to the show. I'm one of those people that's great at listening first time and taking it all on board as it happens. And I know she didn't provoke you, no.
Yeah, well, Katherine was talking about when you came round and she did a little interview with me, and I thought that I spoke not very well, and so I was disappointed.
How was that provoking you? Where was the bit where she provoked you? Remind me, 'cause I missed it. Because it didn't happen.
It did. Otherwise, I wouldn't have reacted the way I.
Well, remind me what she did that provoked you.
The way she always repeats that I'm trying to to get something when I'm trying to give things away.
That's not what she said.
Yes, I want other people to finish my work.
Yeah, that is true. You're constantly doing that. That's true.
No, I'm not. I'm just trying to.
You constantly write sort of half-write songs and then want people to finish them for you. That's true. Then you kind of said that you knew more about radio than she did.
I didn't say I knew more about radio.
That's the implication.
I've been speaking on radio for twice as long as she's been.
As a caller, as a caller, she's been working in it, and you've been calling.
Yeah, but I've been calling.
Doesn't mean anything. Calling doesn't mean anything. Calling doesn't mean anything.
Doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't mean you know about radio. No.
I know about radio presenters because I've spoken to many radio presenters.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean you know how the mechanics of a radio show just because you phone in.
No, and then you said you knew why LBC sort of put a stop on my calls.
I do.
And you don't know why.
No, I do. But there's your arrogance again, because I actually do.
No, you don't.
Why do you think I don't?
Well, tell me why you think that.
No. You tell me why you think why I don't know.
Because when I was stopped, it was when ownership at LBC changed, and someone must have said something. And
what do you think someone said? What do you think someone said? Someone said something specifically about you.
Somebody in the new ownership must have said, "Don't take calls from Rainbow George."
Incorrect answer. Why do I know the answer? Why do you think I don't know the answer? Because it doesn't fit into your narrative.
No, I just think that you don't know the answer.
But why? Because I actually do know the answer. I was told it.
Well, tell me the answer.
When the new management came in, they didn't say we have to stop taking calls from Rainbow George. It's not about you, right? It's not about you. Put the ego to one side.
It's not ego. It's
ego and it's arrogance. I'll tell you what was said. When the new owners took over, I mean, this is like however long ago it was, 10 years ago, I don't remember. And I left about 6 months after the new owners took over. The edict went round to stop having regular callers. They didn't want any of the old regular callers. They thought it slowed the station down, it made the station sound parochial, and it didn't present the image that they wanted. So they didn't say, let's get rid of Rainbow George. They just said, we don't want any of the old regular callers. That's why people like Lynn from Forest Gate stopped calling in at exactly the same time, because it was a conscious decision not to have those old voices on.
But they do have old voices on. I occasionally tune in and I hear old voices talking.
Occasionally some sneak through the net, and this was years ago. They didn't. It's not about you, George. It isn't about you.
Well,
you believe it if you want, but you're wrong. You're wrong. It's your arrogance. Again.
No, I'm not.
The same arrogance that makes you think you know more about a professional who's worked in the industry for 18 years just because you phone up. It's the arrogance that when I said I'm a nice guy, you had to have a little pop.
I didn't have a little pop.
Yes, you did, George.
I just said you haven't been very nice to me recently.
But that's not true. We've been very nice to you recently. But your underlying digs at my best friend, I've found really unpleasant.
As I say, I was provoked, and
no, you weren't. You weren't provoked, George. You weren't provoked. You've never liked Katherine. I suspect you might have an issue with women. I don't know, but that's the vibe I get. That you've got a problem with women, but you've never liked Katherine, and you've spoken over her. You've talked to her through me. You very rarely have you addressed her directly.
I do like Katherine. I really don't know why you say that.
Because you were not provoked the other day, and because of your attitude to her, because of your disappointment when we came round and I said that she was going to interview you and not me. So many things.
No,
and here's the thing.
I didn't even know I was going to be interviewed.
When we came round to your house, you did, yeah.
No, I didn't.
Well, you did. You knew we were coming round to your house to record a podcast. That's the reason we came round to your house.
I didn't know that. I thought George, you were coming round and you were planning.
That's why you invited the guy round to film us when we came there, because you knew we were coming round to record a podcast.
No, I really didn't.
Stop smoking the weed, man, because that is the whole raison d'etre of us coming round.
No, I thought you were coming round and to listen to some tapes and you were going to use those tapes.
You're smoking too much weed. You really are smoking too much weed, because the whole reason we were coming round was to record a podcast with you. You knew that.
I honestly didn't.
Well, you honestly did, and you have honestly forgotten it. Here's the thing. Then someone tells me that they hear you on BBC London the other day moaning because you didn't get on BBC Ulster. Instead of phoning up radio stations and wasting the time moaning that you didn't get on another radio station, utilise the time on the radio stations you do get on to do whatever it is you want to do.
No, it was the same with any answers on BBC on Saturday, and I'm making a story out of that. I'm making a story.
What, you didn't get on any answers?
Didn't get on any answers.
Here's the thing. Maybe
Radio Ulster,
Jesus.
Which is, I mean, I have a history in Northern
Ireland. Maybe they got bored of you.
No.
There's the arrogance again, George. Because I'm getting bored of you. Because you're arrogant. Maybe they got bored of you.
No, I talk anti-establishment, and they're
bollocks.
That
is bollocks.
And they're part of the
George. That is we're owned by Rupert bloody Murdoch, for crying out loud. We are the establishment. We are the most mainstream media you can get, right? If the mainstream media was against you because of your politics, you think you'd be on a radio station owned by the guy that owns the Sun?
Well,
it's paranoia.
His newspaper put me into prison back in 1989.
I couldn't care less. You're avoiding the point. You are not being denied a voice because of your politics.
I am.
All right, George. Well, listen, thanks for calling. Okay, thanks for calling. I mean, what can you do with that? It's talk radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
My mind is troubled these days. I don't know what to say about all the crazy things that I have done. I don't know what I'm looking for, but I know this for sure, that I'm the only one not having fun. I got my teeth white and my jeans tight. I got my hair long and it's still wrong. And I wanna know
still love them. Here's the thing. So we have this. Basically, I was doing a joke, right? I was doing a joke in that we have this. The studio, it goes down to 17, and I have it on 17, right? And then I've put it up to maximum 33. Right? So it's super hot.
I love it.
And I feel nauseous. I'm headachy. And I'm waiting for Katherine to crack and go, and you're wearing a thick, dress.
I'm wearing a jumper dress.
I'm waiting for her to crack and go, it's too hot now. You're not cracking.
No.
Crack!
I used to live in Spain.
It's too hot. I've got a headache.
This is bliss.
This is awful. I'm going to throw up.
Baby, I'm a hot house flower.
See? I think I'm going to... I've got a migraine coming on.
Do you want me to turn it down? Is that what you're saying?
I'm going to turn it back down to the cold.
Oh.
No, because this
so
is...
your little joke backfired on you? I liked it. It was so toasty. I thought you were doing a nice thing, but it turns out, no, it's just another form of torture.
I almost fainted. I just felt like collapsed on the floor. Jeez.
I'm shaking my chin.
33 it's up to.
Bliss. Just about... I could go a bit higher for me.
Oh, God.
Actually, going down to 17, that is probably something I could sue you for now.
Feels like I'm inside a hot water bottle.
Oh, it's lovely. Feels like a hot bath.
Woo! Nauseous. Now, there are some people that will think that we were too harsh on George there. Some people that won't. I don't care. He's welcome to call up. It's not banning. It's not banning.
Well, he knows. He phones up. He's phoned up.
He's welcome. No, he's welcome to call up. I'm just confused. He didn't know we were going around to interview him. We're going to make a podcast. That was it. We took our recording equipment. He had a film crew there to film us. But I
think
he
operates on a different plane.
Here's the thing. I'll send George's tapes back. I've got no problem with that. They were exactly where I knew they were going to be. But the conspiracy theorists can't accept that maybe sometimes just things happen. Maybe sometimes things just happen, and that if you are part of, you're involved in the conspiracy. I'm not being allowed to speak my truth because it is politically uncomfortable for everybody. Okay, that's one possibility. But you also have to consider the possibility that maybe you're just, and I'm not speaking specifically about George here, that maybe you're just dull. Maybe you don't fit into the agenda that that a radio station has, not necessarily politically, but just in terms of what they consider to be entertaining.
Maybe they're trying to make a show and they want people to engage with rather than people that monologue, which is kind of what I was trying to say on Friday, and that was seen as a provocation. But I know about how you make shows. I know.
Well, you know about it. Yes, correct. Next point. I feel sick. I feel sick because of the heat. I'm not being rude.
Well, you did it to yourself. I'm not going to apologise to you for you.
It was a joke. I feel like I hid in a wardrobe and then had to listen to my mum and dad having sex. That's how I feel.
Well,
that was awful. But that is why they stopped taking callers like George on that station. Because my mate Chris, who used to produce me, told me afterwards, or it was either Chris or maybe Clive Bull. I think it was Chris. It may have been Clive Bull, actually. I said, why did they stop getting like Lynn from Forest Gate and Greeky Lion? Greeky Lion died, actually, a while ago. Greeky Lion was this great guy who used to, hey, Ian, Greeky Lion, I've written a reggae song, and he'd play this awful, what I considered to be not great, very soft reggae, and I'd tease him. He died a little while ago. But yeah, they said we just don't want any of the kind of character callers.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of character callers. I don't mean actors doing people. I just mean people that you would consider characters. They wanted to bland it down a bit, and that's what they did. That was it. There's nothing more than that. It was never this Rainbow George guy. He's on the edge of discovering something. We just don't want his message to get out there. We got to silence him. It's very easy if if you are boring. Again, I'm not speaking specifically about George before anyone accuses me. But if you are boring, or your ideas are so far out there, or you just don't fit in the mainstream, so you don't get onto mainstream shows, it's very easy to go, oh, it's because I'm close. I know the truth. The reason is I know the truth, and it's all against me. Instead of going, maybe I'm boring. Maybe I'm not. What they want on their show. Maybe any questions didn't let you on, George, because they didn't want to talk about a bank of gazillion wonders. And maybe they wanted to have straight conversation about politics. I don't know.
There's quite a lot of stuff going on at the moment that needs discussing, I would imagine.
03444991000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Let me just jotted down one thing. Oh, yeah, this is good. Stella McCartney.
Yeah.
Daughter of... Linda McCartney.
Yes.
Linda had a daughter before she married Paul.
Yeah,
from Mary from, I think, her husband... No, not Tony Cox. That was Yoko's first husband, Tony Cox. Anyway, her first husband. And she was like about 3 or 4 when Paul and Linda got together. Am I right in thinking, I've been right so far about her death, did she take her own life in the end?
I think she's still about. She's a photographer. Are we thinking of the right person?
I hope she is still about. I know that there was a strained relationship.
She's still alive, age 49, London.
That's not her then?
No, parents are Paul and Linda.
Yeah, that's not her.
Oh, hang on.
Yeah, because she would be about 53, 54.
Oh, and actually, you look at Mary McCartney, she's definitely Paul's daughter.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I can't even think what her name was.
Stella, Heather, Mary and James.
Heather.
Is it Heather?
Heather. It was Heather.
Heather McCartney. She's 56.
Is she still around?
Yeah. She's American-British potter and artist.
Okay.
Oh, no. Yeah, she's the daughter of Linda McCartney and adopted daughter of Paul McCartney.
Okay. All right, that's fine. Well, then I got
Joseph Melville was her dad.
He wrote a great song about... What was the song? Paul McCartney wrote... No one's calling this. We might as well muse. Paul McCartney wrote a great song. Paul McCartney song about Linda's ex. Oh, this is a great song. Everyone thought it was about John Lennon, but it was just after the Beatles split up. He wrote this about Linda's ex.
Download and keep the latest.
Oh no! Come on now, you're sneaking an ad up on me, guys. Here we go.
I guess you never knew, dear boy, what you had found. I guess you never knew, dear boy, that she was just the cutest thing around. I guess you never knew what you had found, dear boy. I guess you never saw, dear boy, that love was there. Maybe when you look too long, dear boy, you never knew.
So imagine your wife leaves you for the biggest pop star in the world, and then he writes a diss track.
Wow.
Then he disses you in a song. Go on, what you got?
So it was Heather's biological father who killed himself.
Aha!
2 years after Linda died.
Isn't
that terrible?
Oh yeah.
Poor girl.
You know John Lennon, because Yoko had a daughter called Kyoko with, I think it's Tony Cox was his name, and there were issues when Yoko left this Tony Cox character for John, where she wasn't allowed to see Kyoko, and you know that John and Yoko kidnapped Kyoko. They kidnapped her.
Really?
They kidnapped her, and they stole her. And I think they kind of were travelling all over the place with Kyoko, and then they had to admit, okay, right, she has to go back to her dad, and but yes, and the Beatles, late 60s and through the 70s, were insane. They kidnapped a kid.
Wow, she's 55 now.
Kyoko.
Yeah, Kyoko Chan Cox.
I wonder if I wonder that I wonder if she sends her mum Christmas card. I wonder what the relationship is. I wonder what's going on. I wonder what the
I've seen pictures of them together.
None of my business. It's none of my business. Hello, Sally.
Hello.
There we go.
Yeah, I always wondered why I never got onto LBC after a certain time. I thought it was because I was just boring.
Maybe you were boring.
Maybe I am boring. Am I boring?
You're not. Well, you're not boring to us, but maybe you're boring to LBC. Maybe you don't.
Or maybe it wasn't even that. Maybe it was just if they've been on, if they're regular and you can recognise their voices, then they're out for a bit.
But when was the last time you tried to call that radio station?
Well, I only ever phoned James O'Brien, and I think it was about a year ago. But before that, I never got on after, 2008.
Who knows? The producers like to mix and match, and that's fine, and that's what producers do. I know that show is a huge show, and they get loads of callers. I mean, I wouldn't take it personally.
Yeah. No, I don't. No.
I'm drinking water. I'm on a diet, right? I'm saying it. I'm on a diet. I'm calling it out for what it is. I'm not trying to lose weight. I'm not. I'm on a diet, and all it is but the diet is I'm watching I'm counting my calories.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Because that's what you have to do, I guess. And I'm riding a bicycle, but to keep full, you're supposed to drink water. So I'm drinking water, but all I want to do is pee all the time.
That settles down after a few days, I think.
Have you? My granddad rides a bike.
Oh yeah.
He's been riding since he was a teenager.
God,
and
he must be tired.
And yeah.
He should have a little break.
And he still races now, against people,
Yeah, it would be. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. Yes, go on.
But he's got rollers. He puts his bike on them, and he puts them.
Sorry?
He connects them to his computer, and
What?
It looks like.
What do you mean he's got rollers? I don't know what you mean.
So does it move like an exercise bike?
Kath's just made the movement to indicate rolling movement, but that doesn't tell me what they are.
It's like making your bike into a exercise bike.
Yeah, so it doesn't move anymore.
It doesn't move.
Well,
They're
that's
called
stupid.
rollers. Well, no, what you do is you connect it to your computer, and you can go down Italian country roads in France, and the computer.
You can go on Italian country roads in France.
And France. And the computer will manipulate the bike to make it seem like you're going down hills or going around a bend or.
No.
And
I don't believe
when
you.
he's not out. No, it's true.
I don't believe you. This is a wind-up. That technology does not exist.
No,
okay,
it does.
all right, fine, but I don't believe you.
When have I ever lied to you?
When you defended Alan Peter Caddick in that court case. Next.
Yeah, I know. Well,
When you said you'd sort your smoke alarm out.
Yeah, next.
Yeah, that's don't even get me started on that. That's driving me mad. I've got more.
Do what I did and unplug it. I've unplugged my smoke alarm.
Because it works. It works.
I've unplugged my smoke alarm because it was too sensitive. Deal with it, guys.
You're an idiot.
I'm not an idiot.
No, not you. You are. Well, why would you do that?
Because I did some toast and it went off.
Yeah, well, don't burn your toast.
Well, I didn't, but the thing is,
You've got to do what all normal people do, and when it goes off, waft it with a dishcloth.
Yeah. Or just press the button.
I haven't got time for that, mate. Listen, there's not going to be a fire in my house.
Oh, God, don't say that.
Touch
You
wood,
called your
touch
cat
wood.
lucky, and you've just said there's not going to be a fire in your house.
I guarantee, I swear to you.
Don't.
There will never be a fire
say
in
that.
my house as long as I live.
I'm touching wood for you.
Sorry?
He does love a candle.
Oh, I love a candle. I've got some burning now, yeah.
Yeah,
Some Yankees.
Okay, well, some what? Mankeys?
Yankees.
Oh, the old Yankee candles. Now, I'm guessing Yankee candles are actually based in Britain.
I don't. Hang on.
I don't think so.
Let's have a look.
I've got a Yankee candle under my sink. That I'm never going to light, but I can never throw away. Do you know why? Do you know what the smell is?
Dog sick? Dog poo in sick.
Almost. Roast turkey.
Oh.
I'll have it.
Really?
Yes,
Oh,
mate.
that's nasty.
Disgusting.
I'll have it. Roast turkey candle.
My dad brought it back as a joke from America, going, "Look at these dirty gets."
That sounds incredible.
Really?
Has it got cranberry sauce with it?
No, it's just like, it's just that sort of salty meat smell.
Wow, my house smells like that already.
Bristol. They're based in Bristol.
Yeah, I told you. Oh, there we go. Thank you. Apology accepted, losers, from both of you.
Gosh.
You both thought they were actually American, as if a company is from America is going to call themselves Yankee Candles.
Of course they will.
Why? Oh, I don't know.
Maybe they've just got a base in Bristol.
Yeah, or maybe they're from Bristol.
Hey, the Yankee Candle Company's in South Deerfield, Massachusetts. It won't work now. You've bashed it too much.
It builds up quick enough that if you
Massachusetts, United States.
Dumped.
Is it dumped? No.
It's dumped.
What, Massachusetts?
United States.
Massachusetts is a great song by the Bee Gees, which is what we were talking about. We've moved on.
Yankee based.
Since 1969. Stop it! Stop it!
Imagine if I keep dumping
You're
it.
going to break the station.
We get rid of the last 3 years of broadcasting. All right. Anyway, so this is the story about Stella McCartney, right? Hey Rude, a designer shirt by Stella McCartney looks more like a man hoodie featuring a huge todger on the front. The penis-shaped cloud on the garment, inspired by the Beatles film Yellow Submarine, has been labelled an almighty cock-up. You look, see, he's got a dick on the front.
Oh, I can see that, yes.
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 I'll have to have a look.
Let me get a pen and I'll make it a little bit easier.
No, I don't need you to do that. I don't need that. Special help.
I went out last week.
Did you?
Hang on a minute. Sorry, before we go on to that, I'm just showing Katherine the scene drawing.
My God, he's just filled in the rest, the detail on it.
I filled in the blanks and I made a blank. Okay. Oh, this is big news. You don't like going out. It's significantly more than not liking going out. But you went out. What happened?
Well, it was my daughter's birthday, and we went out, and it was all right.
That's brilliant news. Well done. Congratulations. Where did you go? Harvester? Nando's?
Oh, no. Just to the high street. She wanted to spend some birthday money and
wow.
that. So.
High street makes me feel uncomfortable, so well done.
Yeah. So, I'm pretty pleased with myself, so...
So you should be.
Yeah.
So where next?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe I'll come to one of the shows.
Oh, Sally! Sally!
We'll see.
No pressure, but you'd be very welcome at any point.
Thank you.
Except for this point, because I'm going to cut you off now.
Bob?
There we go. This is Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee.
On Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
0344 499 1000. Paul Ross is on at 1 o'clock. Let's go to Fraser. Good evening, Fraser.
Hello, Ian. How you doing?
It's none of your business. I'm all right. I'm a bit tired. I don't feel the show has delivered today. I feel the show's been a little bit dark.
And he's put the heating on too much.
And I put the heating on too much. I don't know. I have.
I like it cold as well.
Yes,
like it. You've got to have it cold.
Of course, you've got to have it cold. Only a sex criminal would have it hot.
Some like it hot.
Right, okay. I've got two things for you.
Okay.
Number one, when's the rabbit hole coming up to Scotland?
We're looking at a venue in Glasgow. Is that anywhere near you? Because Scotland's a big place. Is Glasgow doable?
Yeah, that's doable. Yeah.
We're looking at. We've just suggested a date to a venue in Glasgow for the end of May. So we're looking at kind of May, June, hopefully.
Okay, perfect.
Is that all right?
Yeah, that'll do.
All righty, Fraser.
And number two,
yes.
I've got. It's a bit of a dialogue. I hope it's going to create a talking point, discussion.
Okay, this is what we like. Yeah.
So I took my 14. She's nearly 15, but she's 14 to the pictures, to the cinema, to see Glass. You know the.
Oh yeah, no! Don't tell me what happens because I want to go and see that. I might go and see that next weekend. Yes.
Shamalama Ding Dong, his film.
Yeah, Shamalama Ding Dong. Yes.
Yeah. yeah. So myself and my daughter were sitting watching the adverts before the film.
Yeah.
And one of the adverts was for, I don't think you'll get it down there because it was a Scottish government thing, so it was for cervical screening.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So me and my daughter were sitting there, yeah. And, do you know, they did this thing where it was like a bunch of roses, okay?
Yes.
And then they started going in, started like focusing in on one which looked like a vagina.
Oh?
Mm-hmm.
A vagina-shaped rose?
Yeah. So the bunch of flowers had one like flower in the middle, which in the middle of it was shaped like a massive vagina.
Yes.
So it comes closer.
Oh, hang on a minute. I've got the idea.
All right, let's have a look.
Hang on. All right, there's they're pink roses, yeah?
Yeah.
So it's pink roses.
And there's zooming in on one that looks like a vagina, okay.
Your jumper.
Yeah.
There we go,
yeah.
hang on.
Are you playing it very small in the corner of your screen or covering your phone with your hand on the bus?
Flipping it. Imagine that on the big screen.
Does the thought of getting your flower out for a smear test make you shiver?
That is a vagina.
Getting your flower
How
out?
does the thought of developing cervical cancer feel?
There we go.
There we go.
It does look
6
like...
women are diagnosed with cervical cancer every week
so it's
in Scotland.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then it zooms out again. They have just superimposed a vagina in a rose there, haven't they? Because no rose looks like that.
I think they've squished it in a certain way.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So you're watching this with your 14-year-old daughter, and you got a bit embarrassed.
It's not, but you've got to imagine we're sitting in a cinema screen, so it's, I don't know.
I know it's
wide.
Yeah, I know it's a cinema screen. Although sometimes, you know, when you go to the cinema and they put you in like screen 12, and you go, my telly's bigger than this. And I've paid 15 quid. That's outrageous. I want the big screen. I want it loud. I want the room to... And quite often they have the volume down nowadays. Anyway, sorry, carry on. Going off on a tangent there, yes.
So the thing is, this massive... I mean, it gets really, really big because it comes...
All right, we've got the idea. You've seen a massive vagina. Yeah, okay, it's fine.
And I felt really uncomfortable. And I know that, like, the premise to the advert, it shocks people into going and getting their cervical screening because it was in the news today, in fact, that women are dying of embarrassment. I think one of the headlines were in the papers because women won't go because they're embarrassed.
Right.
I thought it was too much. I thought it was a bit too much to have a massive vagina. I mean, this thing was like 12 foot high, right in front of my face.
Get lost in that.
Right in front of your face.
It's been a long time.
There's a Jenny Eclair advert on at the moment as well where she, out of nowhere, starts talking about vaginal dryness, and it took me by surprise.
Well, but here's the thing, right? Vaginal dryness is slightly different from cancer.
Yeah.
Right? And
that'll just give you a rash.
Do you know what I think, Fraser? Permission to speak freely.
Permission granted.
Deal with it. Just deal with it.
Yeah.
Deal with it. Get over it. Listen.
Do you know, it's not that I didn't deal with it and I can accept it, but I just thought, is that just too much?
No.
If you're in the cinema with your daughter...
No, right, but here's the thing, right? Hang on, what is the rating for... shut that bloody dog up. What is the rating for Glass?
It's 15. It's 15.
That's fine. Then 15's fine. If it was like a 12...
15, she's 14, but she's really, really tall.
You broke... It's okay, so you broke the law. You smuggled your daughter into a film that she was not emotionally equipped for, a very violent, sexual film that she was not equipped for. So you're a criminal. You're a bad dad. We've established that, right? We've got that. You're a terrible father. 15, girls, that should be fine. I get the dad-daughter embarrassment. I get it.
The reason you think it's a bit much is part of the reason why they need to do these adverts, right? Because it's not discussed, it's not talked about. We all see, like, Iain read a story about a top that looks like, the pattern on it looks like a comedy penis, right? We can all draw one of those crying cactuses without even looking, but no one, like, the vagina is something that is still kind of very medicalised, and there are lots of women who don't even want to look at their own, never mind talk about them.
Yeah.
So
do you know
what?
the reason for
Maybe it's necessary. Obviously, it's necessary.
And I'm with you. Do you know, Catherine? I'm with you, and I'm just bringing it up. I'm not bringing it up because I was totally against it.
No,
I wasn't.
It's good of you to admit how you felt, because I bet everyone felt like that.
Yeah.
But
it made me feel a wee bit uncomfortable. I knew why they were doing it, and I knew why they made me feel uncomfortable. But I was just like, I don't know. I put it out there for you to talk about. It was a bit of a shock to me.
Yeah,
it was because it was so graphic.
Yeah.
Did you speak to your daughter about it?
No, because after that it was just like the trailers and then the film, and then the film happened, and then...
Isn't it interesting? You've chosen, and I get why you've called us, of course I do, that you've spoken to us about it, and you didn't... I'm assuming you had to get the bus home, or you had to drive home with her?
Yeah, we got... I drove home, but we're really, really open about things like that, and it's just not came up.
Okay.
Yeah, but she I would talk to her, no problem.
Good.
About
All
it,
right. Well, that's cool. You sound like a good man. Then you sound like a good dad. And I get, I've got boys, so that issue isn't there for me. But I get the embarrassment. Of course, I do. But
But if you saw the advert now, you played it, didn't you?
Yeah.
I mean, it's really, really graphic. So I don't know.
But it's still a flower.
I don't think so.
It's a flower, and I don't know if they've done something to it to make it look more vaginal, but they've squeezed it. But it's very cleverly done. It's artistically done. It's a beautiful advert. If it saves a life, then I want more adverts.
And that's the thing, right? There'll be women who are sitting watching that thinking, I've had the letter and I've not done it, and why am I putting it off? Really? It might have just given them the nudge that they needed, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I appreciate your guys' input into it, and please come up to Scotland. I want to see you in the rabbit hole, so...
Don't do another bad parenting and bring your 14-year-old daughter to what is going to be an adult show. We're going to be dressed up as vaginas.
It's very vagina-based.
We're handing out free vaginas to everyone that comes. It's going to be... the theme is vaginas this year.
Well, you've heard of the vagina monologue? Well, there's two of us.
It's a vagina duologue.
Yeah.
What's the joke?
Duet. A vagina.
Duologue. No.
Double vagina.
No, it's not, though. Because monologue is one, duologue... You said there's two of us. That makes it a duologue. It's not a joke.
A dialogue.
Oh, no, it's a duologue. Thank you so much, Fraser.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. It's a duologue. A monologue for two people is a duologue. Not dialogue. It's not a vaginalogue. It's not a fanny... You're trying to make a joke that isn't there, all right? Trust me on this one. Saving your skin. Let's go to them ads.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee. On air and off the leash.
On Talk Radio.
Listen to this. This is dumb. Right? They're doing this. This is a story in the paper. The price of Freddo chocolate bars will drop to 10p for a week starting today. Right? I think, I've not bought a Freddo for ages. I'm thinking, I've got 10p. That's great. The 16p saving... What? The 16p saving at Tesco follows an online campaign to restore the treat to its 1994 relaunch price. So it's 26p, but it's 10... It gives us stuff about bloody Freddo Frog.
Well...
Freddo Frog can jump, as far as I'm concerned. That's a joke, but actually,
I mean, the good thing about Freddo Frogs is, it's the forbidden, stolen chocolate from a child always tastes nicer.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't go out and buy myself one.
Freddo Frog. What you got, Boyley?
Hail Mary.
Here we go. Let's get with spooky music.
Who was the mysterious friend visiting Martin? This is from Chat It's Fate.
Okay, of course it is.
And it's page 22 if you want to read along a Kath. This is written by Angela McGee in Staffordshire. You know me as an intrepid psychic investigator using my...
Hang on, is this a fictional story?
No, this is in the words of Angela McGee, and there's a Polaroid photograph of her here in Chat It's Fate.
Oh, she looks fun. Okay, all right, fine. Oh, she looks like a fun lady. Okay.
She looks a little bit like Velma from Scooby-Dooby-Doo. I
actually find hotter than Daphne.
Daphne.
Yeah, I do. Although sometimes you see Daphne in her sleeping garments or swimwear.
Daphne's obviously the one. She's the bait.
Yeah,
isn't she? Like Fred is.
Well, in the kind of more recent Scooby-Doos, in the most recent Scooby-Doo, Shaggy's going out with Velma and Scooby is jealous.
Zoinks!
No. Raggy!
Zoinks, Scoob!
Raggy! I do a good Scooby-Doo impression, don't I? Phone up if you think you can do a better one. You won't. Raggy! Raggy!
I thought that was quite good.
Yeah, it's not bad, but mine is better.
No.
It's all in the cheeks. You got to do that.
Gee, Scoob!
I don't know who that is meant to be.
Shaggy. You know me, this is Angela McGee, as an intrepid...
Hang on a minute. Just put them straight through.
on.
No, put them through. We got someone. We got. I'm sure someone's called in. Can you do a Scooby-Doo impression?
No. I wanted to speak to Ian about a few problems I have.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Well, we're on the air now. You're speaking to Ian.
Hi, Ian.
Hello, mate.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't recognise your voice. You put me straight through.
That's because I'm doing my Scooby-Doo impressions.
I know. Sorry, man. I don't want to put a downer on it. I just thought I'd talk to you because I've got a few problems.
Okay. Well, listen. We haven't got much time left in the show to deal with problems. But
I know you haven't, mate.
Well, that's all right. Don't worry. We're about to do a spooky story that I think is going to solve a lot of people's problems. When you say problems, what kind of problems you got?
Just using drugs and...
Hey, come on, man.
That's why I thought I'd give you a call.
Come on, man.
I know.
Do you want to carry on using drugs?
No. You don't know. My situation is mentally and honestly.
Yeah, well, listen, you're going to be nuts if you're doing drugs. Trust me, I've been there.
I know. Do you know when you're doing drugs and then you do it and you're feeling good and then you get to this point of the evening and you're not?
Oi, I can hear that little chew in the back of your voice. What are you doing, bit coke?
Yeah.
Yes, mate, I can hear it.
And you know when you're doing it on your own, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. What are you doing? You listening to this rubbish, watching a bit of porn? What's going on?
I just watch old sport things because I love my sport and it, but then have the radio on.
How much you spent on coke today?
No, not a lot. I don't do a lot, mate.
No, it doesn't matter how much you do. It's whatever you've spent, you've wasted your money. You might as well just chuck your money out the window.
I know. Well, yeah, and plus the stuff I get shit anyway.
Yeah, well, exactly.
You know
there you go. You see. Okay. Well, so how are you going to stop taking drugs?
I don't know, man. Basically, I'm 40.
Yeah. Are you going to kill yourself?
And you're going to go mental at this. I haven't worked since I was 20.
Why would I go mental at that? I don't care.
Because you'll think I don't know. You know when you feel really down and everyone will get negative about you.
I don't care if you're not worked for 20 years. If that's the lifestyle you've chosen, I couldn't care less. I'm not one of those that's going to go, hey, you scrounger.
No, but it isn't, mate. Do you know what I mean? It started.
Right. Well, then fine. Then you how much gear you got left?
No, it's all gone.
It's all gone. Right. Fine. Now's a great time to stop using drugs.
I know, man.
Listen. All I can do. I don't have the answer, right?
You don't, mate.
Right. Just come off the coke edge a bit. All I can do is share how I got clean, and the way I got clean was I went to Narcotics Anonymous. I don't fancy going to Narcotics Anonymous.
No, I do. No, I obviously think I know this is what everyone says. You can stop doing it yourself, isn't it?
Oh, in that case, you're sorted then. Just stop.
But it's not just that. I haven't worked because I suffer from depression.
Here's the thing, mate. Here's the thing. Cut the bullshit, right? Yeah. I don't know why you suffer from depression, but what I do know is cocaine will make you depressed. That's a fact. That's a fact. So I had this with another guy recently, right? The drink isn't the problem. Drink isn't the problem. It's my mental health. Right. Well, fine. Why don't you cut out the drink? Why don't you cut out the coke and then see where your mental health is? You've just told me you can stop doing coke anytime you want. Well, stop it then. Stop it and stay stopped.
But I'm in such a position now, like with anxiety and stuff, that I literally cannot leave the house and walk.
Because you're doing coke.
I know.
Dude, I'm not having a go at you. I'm shouting because we're coming to the end. I really want to hear Kath's story about a spooky man.
I know, man. Okay, I'll leave you to it.
No. But listen, and also I'm aware I'm talking to someone who's high on coke, right? Who's coming down from coke or whatever, and it's almost pointless me talking to you. You've just told me you can stop doing coke. Well, stop doing it.
I just thought I'd call you because
call me tomorrow when you're straight.
Kind of helped.
Call me tomorrow when you're straight.
Yeah.
When you're down the other
But
side.
I won't, because then I'll be scared to call you.
Well, there's no reason to be scared to call me. I wanted to. We'll swap war stories and stuff, and I'll help you get clean. I'll tell you exactly what you need to do.
Okay, mate. I'll call you tomorrow.
I'll make suggestions, but give me a call tomorrow, brother.
Okay, I'll try to.
All right. No, this try to bullshit. Call me.
No, I will.
All right, take care. Cheers. Right, Katherine, back to the spooky story, please. No, I wanted to hear the spooky story. This is important to me, and that guy's important to me. All I can say is I got clean through going to Narcotics Anonymous, getting a sponsor, working the steps. That's the brief version of it, okay? And that's worked.
Yeah,
yes.
Cocaine never made an anxious person less anxious, did it?
Exactly, man. Go on, right, you've got to say the spooky story. Come in, Paul. We've got time for a spooky story.
Angela McGee's really long spooky story, so I'll be fast.
We've only got 4 minutes.
Right. Martin Baker was a friend of mine, a fellow seeker on a quest for a true understanding of life.
Seeker.
We first met some years ago when he was looking for a medium to investigate his home as he was experiencing some paranormal disturbances.
Yes.
I was recommended, and a few days later I found myself ringing on his doorbell. Come in, he said, ushering me into his home, a broad smile on his face.
This is the seeker?
Yes.
Okay.
Martin. My first impression of him was that he was very much a man's man, down to earth and very proud.
Tough guy.
You're a fan of Rod Stewart, then, I remarked, looking at the photo of him with his famous musical hero. Oh, yes, very much so.
So when she says a man's man, she means specifically he's a Rod Stewart man.
Yes. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Martin and I had a lot in common.
Well, hang on. If you're going to rush the story, then maybe we save it to tomorrow.
I think we should, because it gets...
Well, then don't rush it.
The Virgin Mary's involved, and I think we owe her more respect.
She deserves respect. Then save it. That's a teaser. That'll get them listening tomorrow. We've got Jake Shillingford from My Life Story coming in tomorrow as well.
I mean, we've got everything tomorrow.
We've got everything. We've got that guy. That guy better call back. If you're listening, call back tomorrow, man, because it's difficult to do... It's difficult to save lives, Paul, at the end of the show, and to kind of, and it's difficult as well when people are high on cocaine to get through their thick skulls. Good evening, Paul Ross.
Good evening. It's difficult for me now to tell you about my spam-scented candle.
Oh.
I heard you regaling the listeners with your Yankee candle.
Turkey.
Well, many years ago, it's always like sausage week, isn't it, or donut day. It was spam week, spiced pork and ham, and I got sent a tin of spam. And it wasn't. It had a key on the top.
Hang on, is that
what it's shot for?
Spiced
pork
and ham?
They don't know absolutely the derivation, but that's one of the theories. It comes from spiced pork and ham. It's one of those slightly controversial ones.
Okay.
It may just be spam or some, trade name. Yeah. And I got the tin. I thought, okay, we'll have a look at this. And I undid it, and inside, with a wick, was a spam-scented candle, which was rather lovely. Slightly overpowering and sickly, and it smelled like it could be used in some hideous satanic ritual in Cleveland, somewhere up north. But it was an interesting addition to my collection.
I used to love spam. I'm trying to lose weight.
In fact, that was my mum's, whenever, the rare occasions my sainted mother allowed us to take a day off school, you practically have your leg hanging off, her comfort food for us would always be tin tomato soup and white bread spam sandwiches, and you were allowed to dip. Normally you couldn't dip the sarnies in the soup.
My mum was the same. You had to be like on death's door to get a day off.
Yeah, mine too.
Get a day off school. You had to be really ill. Paul
In fact,
Ross...
my mum even phoned me up and chided me once. I took a day off work, I was sick, and my mum phoned, I was with my first wife, and she went, I said, hello? He said, why aren't you at work?
Oh, brilliant.
I'm 28 years old.
Brilliant. Good for her. What's on your show tonight, Paul?
On the show tonight, we're talking about a new pact in Australia where they're asking people to sign a little chitty saying they're not going to have selfies taken with wombats, out of respect for the wombats. They're disturbing the wombats. And we are going to Moose Jaw, Canada.
They're an endangered species, wombats, now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the hairy-nosed wombat arrives in Edinburgh in March, Edinburgh Zoo. We're going to be covering that. And Moose Jaw, Canada's on the agenda because they used to have the largest statue of a moose in the world. Oh. They're now very irate because a Norwegian town has put them to the post. It's 30 centimetres higher than their 10-metre high statue of the moose, and they said they're going to increase theirs, and Norway says, if you bring it on to us Mounties, us Vikings are going to double the size of our moose statue. So it's a bit of Canadian-Norwegian angst.
How are they going to... How do you increase the size of a moose statue? Well, you give it longer legs.
They're talking about just putting it on a pedestal, I think.
Come on.
I know, it's a little lightweight from our Canadian cousins. So we're going to be live from Moose Jaw, Canada, though. A sentence I've been longing to say.
But also, what the Canadians need to do is they need to, and maybe they're doing this, they need to keep quiet and go, oh, that's disappointing, but then secretly be building one that's like 5 times the size, and then just unveil it and go, oh, where did this come from? What
and also send over kind of warriors to blow up the Norwegian moose. But so we've got all that and more on, and the usual old tosh, of course.
There we go.
And we're doing a bit on Get Back to that. They recorded it 50 years ago today. It's the only Beatles single when they credit somebody else, of course, on the actual
Billy
label.
Preston, yes.
Billy Preston, of course. And it was the first Beatles single to be released in stereo in the United States. So a bit of Get Back action on the show today.
On the rooftop. was that?
No, there are 3 or 4 different versions.
Right,
They started recording in the studio. They did it, and he did all that Hope We Pass the Audition stuff, which Phil Spector added. The single mix was different to the one on the album anyway.
Okay.
And then they did another one, I think, when they did Let It Be Naked, that stripped album that Paul McCartney did, which is
good,
great,
that album.
great listen, yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed that a lot.
So, the Beatles, Moose and Wombats.
I've got my office is now set up after being decorated. I've got my dance set record player out, and I've just been playing. I've been sitting in there working today, just playing old 60s albums. Hard Day's Night, man. What a record. I haven't listened to that for years, A Hard Day's Night. I always kind of a bit sniffy about that.
But that opening chord just on the single.
This is geeky. There's a YouTube video. Who is it? It's some American rocker who explains exactly how that chord's played, and they're all playing different things. One's playing a D, one's playing a G. It's all over. Anyway, I'll find it.
All that, and yesterday was Telly Savalas' birthday, so we played If, his hit single.
Yeah.
Today, coincidentally, is the day he died. So he died a day after his birthday.
Oh, sad.
And we're playing the #1 single that he had in Switzerland, Germany and Austria top 5, on which he sings.
Oh, really?
Didn't get radio play in this country, so a bit of Telly Savalas singing for you this morning.
This is why would you want to go anywhere? Why would you want to go to bed?
Well, Steve Ed Allen and his Spikers starts at 4 a.m, so I lose. I shed listeners like Julia Hartley Brewer sheds dandruff.
I know exactly where I want to shove that spike. Paul Ross is coming up after 1 o'clock. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Catherine. We're back tonight at 10. This is Talk Radio.